all the wrinkles and wanting to make sure that the presidential elections for the party go as smoothly as possible. Nabila.
All right, Gehlot now in Sonia Gandhi's residence. The first time after the whole Rajasthan crisis, he's arrived to meet with the Gandhi family. Certainly, he possibly has enough and more prepared to present before the Gandhi family. He's acted, what we hear is that he's acted innocent throughout this entire crisis. He's already conveyed to the Gandhi family that he had absolutely no idea that it was, that his MLAs, his loyalists will actually resign if he even pitches the idea of handing over the chair to Sachin Pilot. So, you know, Gehlot here we know has feigned innocence right from the start to the end of this crisis. So today, him meeting with the Gandhi family, what do you think is going to pan out? Considering Mallikarjun Kharge and Ajay Maken, both the observers have already conveyed to the Gandhi family that it was Gehlot's orchestration, the entire crisis.
Well, they have sort of given, they did, Nabila, give him a clean sheet, but they've taken his name in the report. India Today had exclusively accessed the report. Ashok Gehlot's name was repeatedly taken in the report, but they are not pointing fingers at him. What a lot of people are asking is the fact that the MLAs could not have moved without letting Ashok Gehlot know what they were looking at doing. So, it's all a little muddy at the moment, which is why we did see KC Venugopal, also one of the veterans, just going inside. So the meeting will now be held between these three people, Sonia Gandhi, KC Venugopal and Ashok Gehlot. They will try to wrinkle out all the issues, but it still seems, we'll have to wait and watch and see how stern Ashok Gehlot is, because he did say he was willing to give up Rajasthan. He's been giving, he's been talking and saying that if he does become the Congress president, he will move from Rajasthan, though he'll keep on going there, but he'll move from Rajasthan and try and spend as much time in Delhi as possible. But that was with a caveat that person who he likes should become the chief minister. That looks a little bleak at the moment, but will it be Sachin Pilot who will become the next chief minister of Rajasthan? That is something that needs to be seen. How much can Ashok Gehlot fight for his case is what, Nabila, we'll have to see now. Inside, very crucial
live visuals of Ashok Gehlot there, who is just about entering Sonia Gandhi's residence. Ashok Gehlot, who's arrived into Delhi. He's going to be deliberating with the Congress High Command and all that's transpired. The first meeting right after the Rajasthan crisis. Ashok Gehlot, a Rajasthan chief minister known to be an ardent loyalist of the Gandhi family, who was all set to throw his hat in the ring for Congress president's polls, now faces a huge setback after this meltdown within his own state of Rajasthan. His own MLAs, his loyalists in the state, threatened to resign if he gave up his post of chief minister to Sachin Pilot. Now, Gehlot has landed into Delhi for the first time. Will be meeting with Sonia Gandhi.
और आज हमारे नेता यहाँ पर आए हैं सोनिया जी से मिलने, इसके लिए हम आए हैं। जिंदाबाद जिंदाबाद क्या जरूरत पड़ गई आपको नारे लगाने की हमारे
सर? कांग्रेस पार्टी जिंदाबाद थी, राहुल गांधी जिंदाबाद है, सोनिया गांधी जिंदाबाद है, अशोक गहलोत जिंदाबाद है।
गांधी के समर्थक है, राहुल गांधी के, और हमारे जो भी लीडर हैं, सोनिया गांधी जी, राहुल गांधी जी, अशोक गहलोत जी, जो भी हमारे लीडर है, प्रियंका जी, हम उन सबके समर्थक हैं, कांग्रेस पार्टी के समर्थक। क्या मैसेज लेके आए आप? क्या मैसेज? कांग्रेस पार्टी एक है, कोई झगड़ा कोई किसी तरह का नहीं जो मीडिया दिखा रही है, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है। परिवार का मामला है, परिवार तक सुनिए। हम राहुल गांधी को अध्यक्ष देखना चाहते हैं, राहुल गांधी को। राहुल गांधी जिंदाबाद 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 जिंदाबाद।
All right, there you have huge crowds that's gathered right outside Sonia Gandhi's residence, chanting slogans in favor of Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi. Of course, this is as the suspense they're building up over who's going to be the next Congress president. We see that supporters of the Congress have come out in numbers outside Sonia Gandhi's residence, all chanting slogans in favor of Sonia and Rahul. Gehlot right now is inside Sonia Gandhi's residence. He's just entered for the first time. He will be holding talks on the meltdown, the revolt by his own loyalists in his own state of Rajasthan, and what really happened, who is to blame for what happened. The Congress left red-faced over their own state. One of the only two Congress-ruled states, Rajasthan, was in complete doldrums just a week ago when Gehlot's loyalists went on a huge revolt, saying that if he gave up his chair, his chief minister's chair, to Sachin Pilot, then they would quit the party. They'd already tendered their resignation to Speaker CP Joshi. After all that meltdown, today we see Gehlot finally making his way to Delhi, meeting with Sonia Gandhi. He's just entered the residence of Sonia Gandhi. We hear that K.C. Venugopal, also Congress General Secretary, is part of that meeting. And simultaneously, there's also Sachin Pilot, who's currently in Delhi. But he's not at the meeting currently. But Sachin Pilot also is in Delhi. So there's a lot of talk happening between all of these top Congress leaders on whether or not Ashok Gehlot should be allowed to throw his hat in the ring to contest Congress president's polls. It appears that, well, let me cut across to Aishwarya on that. Aishwarya, a quick word from you. Ashok Gehlot, do you think he's been slightly greedy? From the looks of it, what he's trying to do here, or what we could assess of the situation, is that he wants to ensure that he's a Congress president, only then give up his chair as the chief minister. Just in case if the Congress president polls does not work in his favor, then he loses that and this, neither ka udhar. That's more or less his fear, at least by the looks of it. So he wants to ensure that he's going to be the Congress president and then say, all right, I'm done with being the chief minister. Someone else can take over. Do you think that's what it looks like? What are people saying?
Well, Nabila, not just that. In fact, what he said was that if he does win the elections, he would then want someone of his liking to become the chief minister. So definitely, you know, he's trying to keep all his options open, but that is not something which the Gandhi family wanted, which is why, you know, we saw how swiftly things moved just in a span of 24 hours. We saw how Ashok Gehlot, who was earlier in Delhi, went back to his state, and then we saw Sachin Pilot also trying to maneuver things in his favor. Now, this is a repeat of what we saw almost 6 to 8 months back. There was a crisis. That crisis was resolved back then at that moment, because we are seeing Sachin Pilot has the backing of Rahul Gandhi. Rahul Gandhi time and again has been speaking about young blood to come to the fore. Ashok Gehlot, being the loyalist that he is, has been with the party for more than 40 years. So he talks about the loyalty that he has with the Gandhi family and the number of years he spent in building the party and also taking it forward in the state. So all these things need to be measured now, and we have just got news that once we see Ashok Gehlot coming out of Sonia Gandhi's house in the next couple of minutes, we will see Sachin Pilot entering. So definitely, you know, it looks like the Gandhi family, Sonia Gandhi in particular, is playing the empire. She's trying to sort things out. What will come out of this crucial meeting, which is taking place, we'll get to know in the next couple of hours.
Aishwarya, stay with us. I'm going to quickly cut across to Rahul Gautam, India Today's correspondent, who's right in front of Sonia Gandhi's residence at this point. Rahul, a quick word from you. Who are those who are present inside the house of Sonia Gandhi? Gehlot has gone in, K.C. Venugopal has gone in, so is it just the three of them?
The three of them at this point of time, we've been... am I audible?
Yes, you are. Go on.
Okay, so as we speak, there are three people who are inside. One is obviously Mr. Ashok Gehlot, then Sonia Gandhi, and the third person is K.C. Venugopal, who is there. We've been informed that it's an extremely crucial meeting that is happening between the three, and it's a make or break moment as far as Ashok Gehlot is concerned, given the fact that we all know that what happened in Jaipur, that evening. Obviously, the High Command is not very pleased, and in fact, they are very angry over what had happened at that point of time. And we must also tell our viewers that this has been, this is going to be an extremely crucial meeting, given the fact this is going to decide the fate of next Rajasthan Chief Minister, at the same time the next Congress President. As we speak, we all know that a short while back, Mr. Digvijaya Singh also collected nomination papers, and it is expected that he will also be filing his nomination paper tomorrow. Now, is it going to be a triangular contest between Joshi, Ashok Gehlot and Digvijaya Singh, or it's more of a pressure tactics that has been taken by Gandhis to put more pressure on Ashok Gehlot to toe the line? Otherwise, there's a plan B ready.
All right, Rahul, I'm going to come back to you. Trying to fix your audio there, but for now, the latest developments coming in from Sonia Gandhi's residence is that Ashok Gehlot has just gone in to meet with Sonia Gandhi, the first time after the huge Congress rebellion in the state of Rajasthan.
हिंसा का नोटिस दे रहे हैं, मतलब इसका मतलब हमने गुनाह कर दिया सरकार बचा के, ये हम कह रहे हैं। ये हाईकमांड के ध्यान में प्रॉपर ढंग से अजय माकन जी ने लाया ही नहीं। इसमें हमारा आरोप है कि कोई ना कोई बहुत गहरी साजिश है, फिर कोई षड्यंत्र है। चूँकि बीजेपी के जो बीजेपी सरकार है, मोदी सरकार है, वो चाहती है कि अब जो ही अशोक गहलोत जी का नाम राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष के लिए उछला और मुख्यमंत्री रहते हुए उनको बनाया जाएगा, ये बातें जब चली तो उनकी जो अशोक गहलोत जी की जो गुडविल है, राजस्थान सरकार की जो पॉपुलैरिटी है, जो योजना है, उनकी जो ईमानदार छवि है, उससे बीजेपी, राहुल गांधी जी की जो यात्रा है, सोनिया गांधी जी का जो नेतृत्व है, उससे बीजेपी के नेता डरे हुए हैं। तभी तो कभी राहुल गांधी को ईडी का सम्मान करते हैं, कभी सोनिया गांधी को करते हैं, कभी वो मतलब अशोक गहलोत जी की सरकार को गिराने का प्रयास करते हैं। लेकिन राजस्थान के सूरवीर, राजस्थान रणबांकुरों की धरती, उन्होंने षड्यंत्र को कामयाब नहीं होने दिया। तो ये किस रूप में वापस कोई खेल हो रहा है, ये गहरी साजिश हो सकती है, ये जांच का विषय है।
को आप हटाने की मांग करते हैं प्रभारी पद से या फिर ऑब्जर्वर से?
अब ये हाईकमान जाने, हम हाईकमान को आपके माध्यम से हम ये बताना चाह रहे हैं कि उनकी भूमिका संदेह के घेरे में है।
वास्तविकता ये है कि हम लोगों ने धारीवाल जी के घर पर करीब 92 विधायक थे, धारीवाल जी के घर पर बैठ करके हमने घर पे उनके बैठ करके यही बात की थी कि हमें थोड़ी बू आई थी षड्यंत्र की, इसलिए हमने धारीवाल जी के घर चला के एमएलए गए, सब ने लिखित में अपना रिजाइन दिया और लेकर के सीपी जोशी जी के यहाँ गए। उसमें कोई धारीवाल जी की कोई ज्यादा भूमिका नहीं है। सारे विधायकों में आक्रोश था कि जो लोग सरकार गिराने में सम्मिलित थे, अगर उनमें से किसी को आज सीएम बनाने की बात आती है तो उन्होंने अपना आक्रोश व्यक्त किया कि हम सुरक्षित नहीं है, हमारे अधिकार सुरक्षित नहीं है, हमारी सरकार सुरक्षित नहीं है। और आप देख रहे हैं कि बीजेपी का जो प्रदेश अध्यक्ष क्या बयान जारी कर रहा है, वो कह रहा है आ जाओ सचिन जी, हम आपका स्वागत करेंगे।
सब एमएलए कांग्रेस के इंडिपेंडेंट मेरे दोस्त हैं। राजस्थान के 200 एमएलए कांग्रेस बीजेपी के सब मेरे दोस्त हैं। और मेरा एक संकल्प है, अब की बार मैं मेरे किसी एमएलए साथी के खिलाफ कोई बयान नहीं दूंगा। अच्छा नहीं लगता मैं व्यक्तिगत बयान दूं। किसने क्या कहा आप उन्हीं से पूछिए।
कल सर आपने पूरा मोर्चा संभाला, 3-4 बार आपने मीडिया को एड्रेस किया, वैसे भी आप मोर्चा संभाले हुए हैं, यकीनन आपकी बातचीत हो रही होगी सीएम साहब से। अध्यक्ष पद को लेकर अभी तक संशय क्यों बना हुआ है, जबकि पहले का बयान उनका है कि वो पर्चा भरेंगे, अगर सोनिया जी ने कहा वो इनकार नहीं कर पाएंगे और जिम्मेदारी लेने को तैयार है।
आज भी मेरा ये मानना है कि अशोक गहलोत जी की जो वे ऑफ स्टाइल है, मेरा मानना, हो सकता है मैं गलत हूँ, कि मेरी राय है ये कि अशोक गहलोत जी ऐसे व्यक्ति हैं, यदि सोनिया गांधी जी उनसे कुछ भी कहेगी तो वो उनकी कोई बात टाल नहीं सकते। वो मैंने उनके खुद के मुंह से सुनी है कि मैं मैडम को कोई भी चीज़ मना नहीं कर सकता, ये मैं जानता हूँ, वो मना नहीं कर सकते। अब की बार वो उलझ गए, क्योंकि उलझ क्या गया, अभी मैडम ने क्या कहा ये हमारी नॉलेज में नहीं, उनको कहा भी नहीं। मैडम की एक तारीफ मैं बता रहा हूँ जो मेरी नॉलेज में है, वो कभी भी न्याय करती है। और इतनी बड़ी लीडर जिसने 10 साल तक कांग्रेस को जिताया देश में, अभी तो बीजेपी को 10 साल हुए नहीं, इनको इतना घमंड है बीजेपी के लोगों को, कांग्रेस मुक्त भारत बना देंगे, तुम्हारा घर संभाल लो, कांग्रेस मुक्त भारत। डायलॉगबाजी करते हैं। अभी मैंने कई दिन के 3-4 सीनियर, वो अनुराग ठाकुर बहुत बड़े बड़े डायलॉग मार रहे थे। भैया डायलॉग मत मारो, अपना काम का हिसाब दो। मंत्री हो जिस डिपार्टमेंट के, 2011 की जनगणना के अनुसार आज तक गेहूं मिल रहा है, जो मनमोहन सिंह जी ने अलॉट किया था ना सोनिया गांधी जी ने, वही गेहूं मिल रहा है राजस्थान को, उसका 1 किलो नहीं बढ़ाया। डायलॉग ही डायलॉग, डायलॉग ही डायलॉग, जा कहाँ रहा है पैसा, हमें भी तो पता चले। कि मेरे पास तो हो सकता है मेरा आंकड़ा 11 लाख करोड़ रुपए आपने इनके माफ कर दिए उद्योगपतियों के, क्यों? किसान का तो टका माफ नहीं किया आपने। आपके टाइम पे नीरव मोदी, मेहुल चोकसी, विजय माल्या भाग जाते हैं देश छोड़कर, आसान है, कमाल है। हवाई अड्डे से उड़ गए जिनका रेड कॉर्नर वारंट था। मतलब आश्चर्य, आप अपनी बात पे कैसे ही घुमा दो, दंगे फसाद हो जाए, आप कुछ कर दो और उस पर चर्चा चालू हो जाए। क्या हुआ जम्मू कश्मीर में?
All right, I'm going to quickly cut across to Rahul Gautam joining us right outside Sonia Gandhi's residence. Rahul, a quick word from you. We're hearing already as Gehlot is gone in to meet with Sonia Gandhi. We have all his MLAs, loyalists who are addressing the media there, saying that this is unfair, what's been done. To try and suggest or make it look like Gehlot camp MLAs have made a mistake by even raising this rebellion is unfortunate, because they believe what Sachin Pilot did in 2020, his rebellion at that point in time was a lot more grave, and no action was taken against Sachin Pilot at that point. So why should action be taken against any of these loyalists today? Gehlot meeting with Sonia Gandhi for the first time after this chaos. What do we expect?
Well, you can expect that it's going to be a long day, and it's going to be a long meeting between Mr. Ashok Gehlot and Mrs. Gandhi, given the fact that there's a lot for Mr. Gehlot to clarify, before Mrs. Gandhi about what had happened in Jaipur that night when that CLP meeting was boycotted by loyal supporters of Mr. Gehlot. See, we have to really understand that this is an extremely crucial meeting. It's a make or break moment as far as Mr. Gehlot is concerned, and you can expect that this particular meeting is going to decide the fate of next Rajasthan's Chief Minister, if at all there's going to be any change, and also at the same time who is going to become the next Congress president. As we speak, just minutes back, we all know Mr. Digvijaya Singh collected nomination papers, and is all set to file nomination papers tomorrow. Now, what is this? Is this a pressure tactics which has been adopted by Gandhi to put more pressure on Mr. Ashok Gehlot to toe the line, to resign from the chief ministership and to come Delhi and assume the charge and contest elections first and then assume the charge of Congress president? See, we have to really understand that it's an extremely precarious situation, given the fact that High Command never thought that Mr. Gehlot, or at least his supporters, are going to pull what they did that night. They were extremely surprised and in fact in shock, and therefore there's a lot for Mr. Gehlot to clarify. Also, I must tell our viewers that Mr. Gehlot is also, I beg your pardon, Mr. Pilot is also camping in Delhi. Mr. Gehlot arrived late last night in the national capital, and what we are learning from our sources that he did so just to send out a strong message to Gandhis that he's ready to climb down. And if you hear that soundbite that he gave at airport, in fact, at that point of time also he said that Sonia Gandhi, is their leader, and only she's the one who can keep party united. So obviously, it seems that he is softening his stance, although he is maintaining that what had happened in Jaipur when Mr. Kharge and Mr. Makan were there, he was not aware of that. However,
he's claiming ignorance or innocence, but it all depends now on what the High Command ultimately says. He's known to be the Gandhi loyalist and the closest to the Gandhi family. Let's see if they manage to make amends. On the other side of a short break, CBI raids Congress leader D.K. Shivkumar's residence in Kanakpura. Congress calls these raids a reaction to the successful Congress Bharat Jodo Yatra. More details up next.
I don't read the news. I read between the lines to tell you the true version of events, the true story of our times.
To document grief, the toughest assignment for any journalist to be.
From those who matter.
Women politicians going to stick up for each other.
Of those who should matter. I document the truth. I don't distort the truth. I don't glamorize the truth. I don't gloss over the truth.
The ghosts of India's contentious medieval history have come knocking again.
I hustle for the truth. On the ground, in the newsroom, in the studio. I don't try to grab eyeballs.
I inform you to make you see the point.
To the Point with Preeti Chaudhary. At these times, only on India Today.
Is China more equipped than the US in the race of nuclear weapons? Unlike the previous battles in history, China this time will not stop its military campaigns against the US, which is backing Taiwan. In fact, the US had predicted that China would attack Taiwan. Pentagon released a report in November 2021 saying that China could have 700 deliverable nuclear warheads by 2027 and could top 1,000 by 2030. On the contrary, the US has 3,750 nuclear warheads and has no plans to increase this. In 2003, the US had a total of 10,000 nuclear warheads. As it is clear that China is using its military drills on Taiwan, the US predicted last year that China is expanding the number of its land, sea, and air military and nuclear platforms. Today, it is using its power against Taiwan through land, water, and air. China is building a nuclear triad like US and Russia. Satellite photographs of new nuclear missile silos in western China are also out. The Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesman Wang Wenbing said, and I quote, "The report released by the US Department of Defense, like previous similar reports, ignores facts and is full of prejudice." He added that Washington was using the report to hype up talk of the China nuclear threat and describe the United States as the world's largest source of nuclear threat. This leaves us with a question. If the US is concerned about its deterrence power, then why is it helping Taiwan against China?
Karishma, this clearly adds to the fiscal burden. How do you see the government's expenditure position currently in comparison to what was estimated in the budget early this year?
Well, absolutely right. The Union Cabinet today extended the Anna Yojana scheme by another 3 months. The scheme, which was introduced during the pandemic, was extended by 6 months until September 30 and now will be under implementation until December 2022. This has gone through various extensions, to be honest. The whole motive of the scheme was to help people with the 5 kg food grains per person per month, which benefited more than 80 crore people in India to reduce the hardships that were faced by people. But Finance Ministry expressed displeasure in further extension of this scheme because of the kind of burden it would hold on their fiscal estimates. Already it is because of fertilizer subsidy, excise cuts on fuel, and first extension of Anna Yojana in this financial year. We are looking at an additional expenditure close to rupees 2.5 lakh crore. Anna Yojana costed government almost rupees 80,000 crore for the last 6 months, and in total, if you see, the whole scheme has costed an expenditure of close to rupees 3.5 lakh crore. Now, the next 3 months, that is the latest extension, the government will have to shell out close to rupees 44,000 crore. While, of course, clearly this is more than what government had estimated in its budget, but sources tell us that government is confident that they'll be able to balance it with revenues, and they're also confident that despite inflation, despite this additional expenditure that has come, they will not be going ahead with additional borrowing.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com.
All right, a day before Rahul Gandhi's Bharat Jodo Yatra reaches Karnataka, Rahul Gandhi hoardings in Chamarajanagar vandalized by miscreants. Over 40 hoardings of Rahul Gandhi put up across the district were all torn apart late at night. Congress leaders alleged that BJP workers stole the flexes of Rahul Gandhi, other Congress leaders that were put up on the highway passing through Gundalpete. Now, Bharat Jodo Yatra will be entering Karnataka on the 30th of September at Gundalpete in Chamarajanagar district.
ಬಿಜೆಪಿಯವರು ಅವರು ಪಾಪ ನಮ್ಮ ಬ್ಯಾನರ್ನ ಹರಿದಾಕಿ ಕೆಲವೆಲ್ಲ ಸುಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾವೇನು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಹೆದರುವುದಿಲ್ಲ, ಇಂಥವನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಬೇಕಾದಷ್ಟು ಎದುರಿಸಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಬಟ್ ಒಂದು ತಿಳ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, ಏನು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಅಭಿಯಾನ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಏನು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಮಾಡಲಿ, ಅವರು ಈ ರಾಜ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಜಕಾರಣ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಏನು ನಮಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ನಮಗೂ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾರ್ಯಕರ್ತರಿಗೂ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಇದೆ. ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಅವರು ಕ್ರಮ ಕೈಗೊಳ್ಳಬೇಕು, ಅವ್ರು ಕ್ರಮ ಕೈಗೊಳ್ಳದೇ ಇರಲಿ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮಿಕ್ಕಿದ ವಿಚಾರ.
ಮೊದಲನೇದಾಗಿ ಯಾರೇ ಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಸ್ ಹಾಕಲಿ ಪರ್ಮಿಷನ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಹಾಕಬೇಕು. ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ರು ತೊಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೋ ಇಲ್ಲೋ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಎರಡನೇದಾಗಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ರಾಜಕೀಯ ಪಕ್ಷ ಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಸ್ ಹರಿಯುವಂಥದ್ದು ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಜನರಿಗೂ ಎಲ್ಲ ವಿಚಾರಗಳು ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. ಯಾರು ಭಾರತ್ ಜೋಡೋ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಯಾರು ಭಾರತ್ ತೋಡೋ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ವಿಚಾರಗಳು ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. ಹೀಗಾಗಿ ಅದರ ಯಾವುದೂ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ನನ್ನ ಭಾವನೆ.
BK Hariprasad ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ಪೊಲಿಟಿಕಲ್ ಸ್ಟಂಟ್ ಮತ್ತು ಎಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಗಿಮಿಕ್ PFI ಬ್ಯಾನಿಂಗ್.
All right, there you have Bharat Jodo Yatra of the Congress. They are all set to enter Karnataka, and just a day before it enters the state, we're seeing many of the posters that have been ripped apart. All posters that had photos of Rahul Gandhi and some of the top Congress leaders have been torn apart, and that's really resulted in quite some commotion there in certain parts of the area. In fact, Rahul Gandhi hoardings in Chamarajnagar has been fully vandalized by miscreants. Over 40 of those hoardings of Rahul Gandhi put up across districts were all torn apart late last night. Congress leaders have alleged that BJP workers tore these flexes, and other Congress leaders that were put up on the highway passing through Gundalpete, they've all been torn apart. And the accusation the Congress is making is that the BJP's workers have come by and created this mess, torn their hoardings and flexes ahead of the Bharat Jodo Yatra entering the state of Karnataka on September 30th. It's just a day's time before which the Bharat Jodo Yatra led by Rahul Gandhi will be entering the Gundalpete area, Chamarajpet district. Nagarjun joining us on the phone line for more on that. Now, a quick word from you on these flexes that have been torn apart in parts of Gundalpete, Chamarajnagar. The rally is going to be headed towards Karnataka tomorrow, and ahead of this, huge flexes of Rahul Gandhi have been messed around with. Has the police taken cognizance? Has a case been filed? Any miscreants have been caught?
Well, at this point of time, no miscreants have been caught. This was on the Gundalpet to Tamil Nadu highway. Rahul Gandhi will be entering the Karnataka border through Tamil Nadu to Bandipur and will be reaching Gundalpet tomorrow. Ahead of it, the Congress workers had put up flexes across Gundalpet to welcome him. And overnight, what has happened is we have seen posters of Rahul Gandhi being torn down, and Congress has directly attacked the BJP, saying that BJP is behind this. They're already jittery that Rahul Gandhi is entering Karnataka for the Jodo Yatra. Priyank Kharge also went ahead and said, we have information that Congress, BJP is doing a Go Back Rahul campaign in the next 20 days. We will not be let down by this, and we will fight it back is what we have told. DK Shivkumar also said that we also know how to do politics. Tomorrow BJP posters will also be put up. So make sure that police arrests whoever is behind this, and it won't deter our Jodo Yatra.
All right. Nagarjun, thank you very much for joining us. Well, there you have it. Bharat Jodo Yatra, that's all set to enter Karnataka. Rahul Gandhi leading that yatra. We see in Karnataka, Gundalpete area, where the rally will be entering towards. Posters and flexes of Rahul Gandhi, DK Shivkumar, Siddaramaiah, all have been knifed. And those are the images that we bring to you on our screens on the left-hand side, showing Rahul Gandhi's posters extensively damaged and torn. And in fact, quite many of those posters aligned on that highway has been ripped apart by miscreants. So far, no understanding on who's done this. The police have not taken action, or rather have not been able to catch those who have messed around with these posters. But the Congress accusing that it's the handiwork of the BJP. Now, the Congress also has threatened that if this is what's been done to their posters, then tomorrow when BJP puts up its posters, they also know what to do. This is the kind of political slugfest on flexes that's erupted in the state of Karnataka. Rahul Gandhi's Bharat Jodo Yatra that's just about venturing into Karnataka in a day's time. They'll be entering through the Gundalpete area. That's where these posters have already been placed. And we see all those posters, most of them on that Gundalpete highway, Chamarajnagar district, from where the rally will be entering towards, have all been torn and knifed. These images there are quite telling. The police saying that we are looking for those miscreants, but really no sight of who's the culprit as of now. Congress is asking for these men or these people, whoever has messed with these posters, have torn them, asking the police to file criminal charges against them, and has said that they will not be deterred with this kind of heckling. Congress accusing the BJP of attempting to demotivate them by tearing off those posters and also hold a Go Back Rahul protest. But they're not going to be deterred. They will forge ahead with their Bharat Jodo Yatra. Congress believes that they're getting a lot of traction as part of this yatra. A lot of people are coming out to join this yatra. Rahul Gandhi is attracting large crowds. This is what's threatening the BJP, which is why they're indulging in such tactics, intimidating tactics of trying to tear down those posters and hold a protest asking Rahul to go back. Allegations of the Congress. These are allegations Congress has made against the BJP, but for now we still aren't aware. The police have not yet been able to catch those miscreants who have messed around with the posters of Rahul Gandhi, DK Shivkumar, Sidramaiah, and many of the top Congress leaders that have all aligned the Gundalpete highway where the Bharat Jodo Yatra will be entering in merely 24 hours' time. All right. Meanwhile, just days after DK Shivkumar was grilled by the Enforcement Directorate in the National Capital in connection with the PMLA case, the Congress Neta has now alleged that CBI officials have raided his residence today. Speaking exclusively to India Today, Congress top man in Karnataka has said that the probe agency carried out inspection at his various properties. Meanwhile, his party colleague BK Hariprasad has linked this CBI searches to Bharat Jodo Yatra, accusing the BJP of targeting the Congress leaders due to rousing reception for Rahul Gandhi's rally.
ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಈಗ ತಾನೇ ನನಗೆ ಫೋನ್ ಬಂತು ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಯಿಂದ. CBI ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳು ತಹಶೀಲ್ದಾರ್ನ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದು ನನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಆಸ್ತಿಗಳನ್ನ, ಊರಿನ ಆಸ್ತಿಗಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಪರಿಶೀಲನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ. ಏನು ಯಾವ ದಾಖಲೆ ನಾನು ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ದಾಖಲೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಆಗಲೇ. ಬಟ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಪಾಟಿಗೆ ಬಂದು ನಮ್ಮ ಕನಕಪುರದ ಮನೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಊರು ಮನೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ತೋಟದ ಮನೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಸ್ತಿಗಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಹೋಗಿ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಅಲ್ಲಿರುವಂಥ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಿಬ್ಬಂದಿಯವರು ಮತ್ತು ಕ್ಯಾಮ್ರಾ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಕ್ಯಾಮ್ರಾಗಳಿದೆ, ಆ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಟಾಫ್ ತಿಳಿಸಿದ್ರು. ಇಷ್ಟು ಮಾತ್ರ ಗೊತ್ತು.
ನಾಳೆ ರಾಜ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾರತ ಜೋಡೋ ಯಾತ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ಅದರ ಹೊತ್ತಲ್ಲೇ ಈ ರೀತಿಯ ಪರಿಶೀಲನೆ.
ಈಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗ್ತದೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಹಣೆ ಬರ ಇದೆ
ಸರ್. ಅಂದರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನ ಟಾರ್ಗೆಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಮೊದಲಿಂದಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಆರೋಪ ಇದೆ.
ಭಾಳ ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಟಾರ್ಗೆಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ.
I mean, what is it that they have found new? This thing has been going on for a couple of years now. So it is quite natural that the timing is suspect, and this is all being done to intimidate us to go easy on the Bharat Jodo Yatra.
Quickly cut across to Nalpad joining us on the phone line. Nalpad, a quick word. DK Shivkumar's house in Kanakpura, we believe, has been raided by the CBI. Tell us a little more. The allegation that Congress is making is that the BJP is worried about the traction Bharat Jodo Yatra is getting, and that's why the raids have been conducted. But I hope you're well aware that raids have been on DK Shivkumar for at least 5 years. Last 5 years, ED, the IT have been investigating him in a money laundering case.
Nabila, hi Nabila. I would like to interrupt. The notices have been served, the raids have been done. But just one day before Karnataka, entering Karnataka, the CBI going to visit DK's house is, suspicious for everybody, A common man's thought process also is a normal thing that we need to look at. When one day before the yatra is going to enter Karnataka, they're entering into sir's house, is basically to threaten Mr. DK Shivkumar. And I don't think
all right,
that
stay with us. Nalpad, stay with us. I'm going to quickly cut across to DK Shivkumar joining us on the phone line. Mr. Shivkumar, CBI raids, we believe, at your house in Kanakpura. What do you feel? What's really happened? What's led to these raids in your view?
I had personally requested to just give me time till our elections and all these programs are over.
But in the meantime, yesterday they had with the officials, they have come and visited all my properties in my village. They have gone to the place where my mother stay and all my houses. I don't know, but ultimately my staff members and my local leaders informed me that they had come, they have visited, and they had a look at everything. They just wanted some document with the officials and they are gone. This is what.
What are they probing you on, Mr. Shivkumar? If you can tell us what exactly is the allegation against you?
They had FIR was been filed some 2 years back on a separate case, 2 years, 3 years and all. Raid has happened already 6, 7 years, 5 years back. After that, I don't know why they are just, they are done, they are finished long back itself. Then I came and I requested them, yes, please give us some time. Already from last 2 years, you are just sleeping on it. Now, why are you just starting it now? I am too busy with other political work and my constitution work.
What do you believe then? Do you think that the central agencies have been trying to distract you as part of this Bharat Jodo Yatra, because you seem to be the one man leading the Yatra in Karnataka and gathering the kind of crowds as we see? Do you believe that this is deliberate targeting?
Yes, sir. Deliberately to harass me.
But you know, what the BJP has been saying, that this is a PMLA case, it's a corruption case, an allegation that's been probed into by the central agencies for years.
Corruption? What BJP can tell? Why they have given only this, my case to CBI? They could have given to ACB. No. All other cases they have given to ACB and Lokaayukta. This also they would have given. No. Why personally?
Do you believe that this is going to deter you and your Bharat Jodo Yatra?
Let me see. Let us watch.
Will it trouble your yatra? Will it restrict your yatra?
Time will answer first.
So are you confident that the yatra will go on successfully?
Let us see. Your cameras and your eyes will answer.
You feel that people are going to be attending that rally? Do you feel that Rahul Gandhi will be able to attract those crowds?
We have to and we will do it.
Right, Mr. D.K. Shivkumar, a quick word. You've given a direction to all your leaders to bring at least 5,000 people to be part of this rally. Is that true?
See, we have to. See, ultimately, it is not like other part of the state. There are lots of barren areas, and we have to cover. Only 21 constituencies will be covered, and 510 kilometers. It is a very, very, very big place. We have to, we will do it.
Right.
I think as a president, it is my bound duty to see that this business is fun.
Mr. D.K. Shivkumar, we see posters that have been ripped apart in places like Gundalpete, where all those flexes of Rahul Gandhi, yourself, have been torn apart. Who do you think has done this?
They are trying to disturb. They are known for violation of the law and order. They want to disturb. So our aim is, Rahul's aim is only to have peace. Okay.
Sir, are you pressing for action against those people? Who do you think has done this?
Yes. If they doesn't take action, we will see that the entire state, the same thing will continue for all the BJP people. There is no doubt.
Are you accusing that the BJP workers have done this?
Yes, it is the instruction of the Chief Minister and the leaders.
All right. Well, D.K. Shivkumar there joining us. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate your time. Well, D.K. Shivkumar crying foul, calling the raids against him as vendetta, saying that he has asked for some time for the Bharat Jodo Yatra to end before he actually appears before the central agencies. But he claims that despite seeking time and being given time, they've been raiding him non-stop. Just a week ago, D.K. Shivkumar was called into the national capital, where he was supposed to be answering many questions on the corruption allegations leveled against him. He was summoned by the Enforcement Directorate. Today, he's been raided by the CBI. His house in Kanakpura has been raided. He calls this vendetta and nothing else. I'm going to slip into a short break. You could log on to indiatoday.in. You could also download our app for more on that. Stay tuned. News and updates to continue on the other side.
Tell us about the car. Do you think this is the right time to bring in a Tata Tiago EV? You have already sold 425,000 vehicles in the ICE segment. Now this EV is here. Do you think that strategic timing has matched your expectations?
See, for quite some time we have been saying that we have the aspiration of bringing 10 products in the next 5 years. This is the fourth nameplate. We had a Nexon EV, we had a Tigor EV, we had a fleet segment product which was Express T, and we have this fourth product which is coming. We had also said that out of these 10 products will be a different affordability point with more range options and more importantly different body styles, because consumers in India have very nuanced tastes and very different tastes, and their preferences for body style is quite different. So we wanted to have all these representative body style already covered. So we had first come with an Nexon EV which was an SUV, then we came with a sedan, and now we have launched a hatch. This hatch is the most accessible vehicle, at the same time ensuring that the premium quotient of electric vehicle and the aspiration that is now around electric vehicle is done full justice. That's why we have come with very premium features which are not seen in hatches like telematics and automatic climate control. Many features have been given. So I think this is going to really disrupt the market because this matches the need of the electric vehicle customers. At the same time, it comes at a price which is pretty close to what you would get in this segment in an ICE world also for an automatic car. So I think this is going to really take the benefit of, as you rightly said, the ICE which is already successful, the Tiago ICE, because of its stylish design, best-in-class safety, very agile driving experience. It will build on that. It will take it to the next level. I think it will add to the volumes of Tiago, which is already strong.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices.
The government has extended its flagship Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana by another 3 months until the end of the year. The extension coincides with Gujarat Assembly elections and is expected to cost the central government an extra 44,000 crore rupees and would further dip into food stocks.
For 800 million poor spread across India, this festive season promises some relief. In a big move, the central government has extended the Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana for a 7th time till 31st of December. The scheme, launched in March 2020 to help the poor tide over the COVID lockdowns, provides 5 kg of food grains per person every month, free to beneficiaries over and above the normal quota provided under the National Food Security Act at a highly subsidized rate of Rs 2 to 3 per kg. The scheme, originally intended for just 3 months, has already been extended 6 times. Around 3.45 lakh crore rupees has so far been spent on feeding the poor. The fresh 7th extension is expected to cost the exchequer another 44,762 crore rupees.
प्रधानमंत्री गरीब कल्याण अन्न योजना को अगले 3 महीने के लिए मंजूरी दी है, उसके विस्तार के लिए मंजूरी दी है। 80 करोड़ से ज़्यादा लोगों को इसका लाभ मिलता है।
Concerns have also been raised over the depleting levels of food stocks in the country and how the extension of the Anna Yojana will further strain the situation. The central procurement of wheat this year plunged to just 18.7 million tons from 43.3 million tons last year. The current wheat stocks in the country are at a 14-year low of 25 million tons. Rice stocks are also at a low of 24.6 million tons. Against this monthly offtake of this scheme is around 700,000 tons of wheat and 3.3 million tons of rice. This does not include the offtake under the older
Right, cutting across to all the live visuals coming in of Prime Minister Narendra Modi in Gujarat.
नरेंद्र मोदी भावनगर में आप देख सकते हैं कि कितना उत्साह लोगों में नजर आ रहा है। प्रधानमंत्री का भव्य स्वागत भावनगर में, लोगों का उत्साह साफ तौर पर नजर आ रहा है। प्रधानमंत्री का अभिवादन करते हुए प्रधानमंत्री 5200 करोड़ की परियोजनाओं की आधारशिला और लोकार्पण करेंगे। बेहद महत्वपूर्ण इसमें यह है कि पहला सीएनजी टर्मिनल और ग्राउंड फील्ड बंदरगाह, उसकी भी आधारशिला प्रधानमंत्री रखेंगे। अगर हम इस बंदरगाह की बात करते हैं तो 4000 करोड़ रुपए से अधिक की लागत से ये विकसित किया जाएगा, जो दुनिया के चौथे सबसे बड़े लॉक गेट सिस्टम के साथ दुनिया के पहले सीएनजी टर्मिनल के लिए अत्याधुनिक बुनियादी ढांचा होगा। तो प्रधानमंत्री बेहद महत्वपूर्ण परियोजनाओं की आधारशिला और लोकार्पण भावनगर में करेंगे। इससे पहले सूरत में भी प्रधानमंत्री का भव्य स्वागत किया गया और वहां पर भी बेहद महत्वपूर्ण परियोजनाओं की सौगात प्रधानमंत्री ने दी। इसे प्रधानमंत्री का गुजरात के लोगों को नवरात्रि का उपहार भी कहा जा रहा है। बड़ी संख्या में लोग वहां पर मौजूद हैं प्रधानमंत्री के स्वागत के लिए। प्रधानमंत्री के स्वागत में लोग उत्साह से नारे लगा रहे हैं, प्रधानमंत्री का स्वागत कर रहे हैं और प्रधानमंत्री का अभिवादन कर रहे हैं। बेहद खुशी वहां पर लोगों में देखी जा सकती है। प्रधानमंत्री के आगमन से लोगों की आवाज में ये जो उत्साह है, ये जो जोश है, ये जज्बा है, ये दिखाता है कि प्रधानमंत्री के अभिवादन के लिए वहां पर लोग कितने तत्पर हैं और कितने स्नेह से, कितने प्रेम से प्रधानमंत्री का वहां पर लोग स्वागत कर रहे हैं। ये दृश्य आप देख रहे हैं, लोगों का हुजूम उमड़ा हुआ है भावनगर में। प्रधानमंत्री के काफिले के दोनों ओर लोग भारी संख्या में दिखाई दे रहे हैं, प्रधानमंत्री का अभिवादन कर रहे हैं। महिलाएं बड़ी संख्या में दिखाई दे रही हैं। इसके अलावा बुजुर्ग, बच्चे, युवा सभी प्रधानमंत्री के स्वागत में वहां पर खड़े हैं, प्रधानमंत्री का अभिवादन कर रहे हैं और प्रधानमंत्री के स्वागत के लिए ये जोश, ये जज्बा दिखाता है कि प्रधानमंत्री के प्रति जो वहां पर स्नेह है, प्रेम है, जो उत्साह है और जो आशाएं हैं, आकांक्षाएं हैं जो पूरी हुई हैं, जो उनके सपने हैं हकीकत में परिवर्तित हुए हैं, ये जोश, ये जज्बा उसी की परिणति है, उसी की बानगी भी इसे कह सकते हैं। तो ये दृश्य आप देख रहे हैं प्रधानमंत्री के स्वागत के लिए भावनगर में। दोनों तरफ लोग भारी संख्या में मौजूद हैं, प्रधानमंत्री का स्वागत कर रहे हैं, प्रधानमंत्री का अभिवादन कर रहे हैं। बेहद महत्वपूर्ण ये दौरा इसलिए भी है कि प्रधानमंत्री सूरत के बाद अब भावनगर में 5200 करोड़ रुपए की परियोजनाओं की आधारशिला रखेंगे। भावनगर को बेहद महत्वपूर्ण परियोजनाओं की सौगात देंगे और ये अपने आप में बेहद महत्वपूर्ण हो जाता है जब विकास की बात करते हैं, विशेषकर गुजरात की विकास यात्रा को जब देखा जाता है। प्रधानमंत्री ने सूरत में अपने संबोधन में कहा भी कि ये विकास यात्रा राज्य के और केंद्र के समन्वय का परिणाम है। यहाँ पर जो लोगों की संघर्षशीलता है उसका परिणाम है, जो सामंजस्य की शक्ति है और जो आगे बढ़ने का जज्बा है उसका परिणाम है। और उसी जज्बे को बढ़ाते हुए प्रधानमंत्री का ये दौरा और उसी भावना को स्वीकार करते हुए लोग जो प्रधानमंत्री के स्वागत में पुष्प वर्षा कर रहे हैं। आप देख सकते हैं कि फूलों की वर्षा प्रधानमंत्री के काफिले पर फूलों की वर्षा हो रही है। ये देख सकते हैं पुष्प वर्षा करते हुए दोनों तरफ से लोग प्रधानमंत्री का अभिवादन करते हुए, और वास्तव में इसे प्रधानमंत्री के प्रति स्नेह और प्रेम की वर्षा कही जा सकती है। महिलाएं काफी बड़ी संख्या में वहां पर मौजूद हैं, जो प्रधानमंत्री का अभिवादन कर रही हैं, प्रधानमंत्री की झलक पाने के लिए बेताब हैं और प्रधानमंत्री का स्वागत कर रही हैं। तो बेहद महत्वपूर्ण और लोगों का ये जो जज्बा देखने को मिल रहा है, फूलों की वर्षा प्रधानमंत्री के काफिले पर की जा रही है, ये अपने आप में बताता है प्रधानमंत्री के प्रति वहां पर लोगों का प्रेम, लोगों का स्नेह, लोगों को जो आशा प्रधानमंत्री के अंदर दिखाई देती है, जो उनकी आकांक्षाओं की पूर्ति का एक जज्बा दिखाई देता है, उसी का ये दृश्य समर्थन करता है। दोनों तरफ काफी संख्या में, भारी संख्या में लोग मौजूद हैं।
All right, let me quickly cut across to Saurabh Akhtaria joining us on the phone line. Saurabh, Prime Minister Modi there getting a rousing welcome in Gujarat. He is all set to unveil 29,000 crore developmental projects and an inauguration of the National Games Village or National Games that's set on the agenda. Tell us a little more.
So, well, the Prime Minister Narendra Modi's event at Surat is now over now. He has reached Bhavnagar, and let me tell you, foundation stone for the world's first CNG terminal and brownfield port at Bhavnagar will be done. This is very important. The development cost for this particular project is around 4,000 crore. Not just this, but the Prime Minister Narendra Modi will also inaugurate the Regional Science Center, which is spread across over 20 acres, built at a cost of 100 crores. And this will have automobile gallery, marine aquatic gallery, Nobel Prize gallery, physiology and medicine, electromagnetic and biological science gallery. So after Bhavnagar event, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is also going to address a speech over there. And from here, he will be moving to Ahmedabad, where an opening ceremony for 36 national games are scheduled in the evening, where our gold medalist, Olympic gold medalist Neeraj Chopra will also be taking part. Later, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be going to GMDC ground, where the Navratri festival has been organized by the government of Gujarat, where Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be taking part. So this is an action-packed day for Prime Minister Narendra Modi, after which tomorrow, again, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be taking part in several events in Ahmedabad and Mount Abu. Ahmedabad, which includes the inauguration of the Phase 1 metro of Ahmedabad city, and also the flag-off ceremony of Vande Bharat Express. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi will also be travelling in the Vande Bharat Express from Gandhinagar to Ahmedabad railway station.
Right. Tell us a little more as we see this kind of rousing reception from Prime Minister Narendra Modi. What does this really mean during the election season there in Gujarat for the BJP?
Well, this event of Prime Minister Narendra Modi stands very important. The way Prime Minister Narendra Modi is attending those events, the road shows are being organized. And let me tell you, we have to take a look at the speech given by Prime Minister Narendra Modi in Surat. It was completely Surat-oriented. Now he is going to Bhavnagar, where he is again going to deliver a speech in Bhavnagar. So we are also expecting again the speech will be completely Bhavnagar-oriented. You can see that how it is a very strategically, this whole event has been planned. Prime Minister Narendra Modi first going to South Gujarat, then going to Saurashtra, then by evening Ahmedabad is the central Gujarat, then again in Mount Abu, that is the North Gujarat part. So Prime Minister Narendra Modi in 2 days time completely covering all different zones of Gujarat, which will be very helpful for BJP in the upcoming Gujarat Assembly elections.
Right. You know, we see here that people have come by in large numbers to take a good look at the Prime Minister himself. They're waving at his convoy. He's headed. Where is he headed towards? Give us a sense of where he's headed towards at this minute.
So, well, let me tell you, Nabila, this whole event is organized in Bhavnagar, where world's first CNG port terminal, the foundation stone will be laid now. After reaching the airport, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is having this particular roadshow going towards the place where the public meeting is organized, and all, let me tell you, over projects worth over 5,000 crores will be inaugurated and foundation ceremony will be held. So looking at this particular events of Prime Minister Narendra Modi as back-to-back action-packed events scheduled lineup for Prime Minister Narendra Modi, which will be very helpful for BJP for the upcoming assembly election. Let me tell you, just 2 months, hardly 2 months left for the election. And this time, we are going to see that the traditional fights which earlier used to be, that is only between BJP and Congress. But this year, this time election, we'll be seeing that how the Aam Aadmi Party has also entered, the AIMI party has also entered. So this election is little different from others' election, and therefore it is a very interesting fight to see that who conquers Gujarat and how well they manage. Because let me tell you, Nabila, BJP is very much confident. They are actually saying that BJP is going to win over 150 seats in Gujarat. And the main lead role will be none other than Prime Minister Narendra Modi himself. So BJP is banking on Prime Minister Narendra Modi's pace in Gujarat to win over the elections.
Absolutely, and that's what's been their successful formula for the last decade and a half. The BJP has managed to retain its power there thanks to Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the kind of clout, or rather the overwhelming love he holds within the country. And that emotion there we see pouring in as Prime Minister makes his way there in Gujarat. A huge road show, a massive show of strength also for the BJP ahead of elections in Gujarat. Prime Minister is all set to launch several developmental projects worth 52,000 crore rupees. Tell us a little more on the kind of projects that the Prime Minister is going to be rolling out and launching in the state of Gujarat. We heard him speak on the stage a little earlier, but do give us some more clarity, Saurabh. All right, Prime Minister Modi there. I'm going to try and patch Saurabh Bhaktania's line, but that's the convoy as Prime Minister Modi holds a massive road show where vehicles there that will be, in fact, all those people there who have gathered to take a good look at Prime Minister Narendra Modi as he makes his way in a road show, in a show of strength there in the state of Gujarat right ahead of Gujarat elections. He's all set to launch projects worth 5,200 crores, a foundation stone of the world's first CNG terminal. In fact, Prime Minister Modi in Gujarat, this is quite an overwhelming response as people there have come out in large numbers to take one good look at the Prime Minister. Saurabh, over to you. A quick understanding on what are the projects that the Prime Minister will be launching today. Please elaborate for us. Saurabh, if you can hear me, please.
Yes, Nabila, I can hear you.
Saurabh, what are the projects that the Prime Minister is all set to launch today? Give us the significance of it.
So, Nabila, earlier the Prime Minister Narendra Modi was in...
Yeah, go on.
So, Nabila...
Well, Saurabh, I'm going to try and patch his line there, but from what we see here, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, huge response that he receives as soon as he arrives in Gujarat. Let's take a listen.
देख रहे हैं सांस्कृतिक कार्यक्रम, प्रधानमंत्री के आगमन पर अभिवादन करते हुए लोग और वहां पर सांस्कृतिक कार्यक्रम भी दिखाए जा रहे हैं। ये गुजरात की पारंपरिक कला संस्कृति का एक अनुपम उदाहरण है। नवरात्रि के दिन चल रहे हैं और गरबा भी वहां पर होता है। गुजरात की संस्कृति इन दृश्यों में दिखेंगे, गुजरात के रंग इन दृश्यों में दिखाई दे रहे हैं और इन रंगों में प्रधानमंत्री के आगमन की खुशी साफ तौर पर झलक रही है। जिस तरह से लोग प्रधानमंत्री का अभिवादन कर रहे हैं, पुष्प वर्षा कर रहे हैं, उनके स्वर में जो उत्साह दिखाई दे रहा है, उनके नारों में जब वो प्रधानमंत्री के नाम के नारे लगाते हैं तो जो खुशी है, जो जज्बा है, जो हौसला अफजाई उनकी प्रधानमंत्री की उपस्थिति में होती है, वो साफ तौर पर दिखाई दे रही है। तो ये गुजरात के रंग वहाँ के सांस्कृतिक कार्यक्रमों के माध्यम से जिनमें दिख रही है गुजरात की सफलता की कहानी की झलक, वहाँ पर लोगों का खुशी, वहाँ पर लोगों का उत्साह, वहाँ पर लोगों का जो एक सामंजस्य है, जो एक कनेक्ट है प्रधानमंत्री के साथ। प्रधानमंत्री जिस तरह से आम लोगों के बीच में जाते हैं, वहाँ पर कनेक्ट स्थापित करते हैं, जो अपनापन लोगों को प्रधानमंत्री में दिखाई देता है, वो साफ तौर पर दिखाई दे रहा है। ये जज्बा, ये खुशी, ये उत्साह और सांस्कृतिक कार्यक्रमों के जरिए नृत्य और खुशी का इजहार करते हुए लोग प्रधानमंत्री के आगमन पर दिखाई दे रहा है कि किस तरह से उत्साहित हैं भविष्य की जो विकास यात्रा है उसको लेकर, जो अब तक काम हुए हैं, उसके बाद जो वहाँ पर लोगों के कॉन्फिडेंस में इजाफा हुआ है। सीधे ये दृश्य, ये जो खुशी के स्वर हैं, ये अपने आप में बहुत कुछ कह देते हैं। गुजरात के विकास की कहानी, गुजरात में जो काम हुए हैं उनकी बानगी इसमें दिखाई देती है और प्रधानमंत्री के अथक प्रयासों से जो विश्वास वहाँ पर जनमानस में कायम हुआ है, वो विश्वास जो है साफ तौर पर इन रंगों में दिखाई देता है। चाहे वो सांस्कृतिक कार्यक्रम हो, प्रधानमंत्री के काफिले पर पुष्प वर्षा हो और इसके साथ ही जोशीला अभिवादन जो वहाँ के लोगों ने प्रधानमंत्री का किया है। बड़ी संख्या में वहाँ पर लोग मौजूद हैं, युवा बड़ी संख्या में मौजूद हैं, महिलाएं बड़ी संख्या में मौजूद हैं, बुजुर्ग भी काफ़ी संख्या में वहाँ पर दिखाई दे रहे हैं। छोटे छोटे बच्चे प्रधानमंत्री की एक झलक पाने के लिए बेताब हैं। काफिले के दोनों ओर साफ तौर पर दिखाई दे सकता है कि भीड़ के अंदर से किस तरह से प्रधानमंत्री की एक झलक पाने के लिए लोग बेताब हैं। और इसके साथ ही सामंजस्य और समन्वय भी बनाया हुआ है। पूरे अनुशासन के साथ प्रधानमंत्री का स्वागत करते हुए वहाँ पर लोक और सांस्कृतिक कार्यक्रम भी गुजरात के कार्यक्रमों की आप देख सकते हैं।
That's a huge a festival-like atmosphere as Prime Minister Modi is in Gujarat. He's arrived to inaugurate a slew of developmental projects. A huge roadshow that we see here showing strength right ahead of elections in Gujarat. In fact, Prime Minister Modi all set to inaugurate the national games today at Ahmedabad. The stadium at the Motera called Narendra Modi is expected to be packed with close to 1 lakh spectators, and already we see that spectacle warming up. As part of this roadshow, we see people there aligned in long queues there only to get one glimpse of Prime Minister Modi's convoy. Huge support and overwhelming response as Prime Minister lands in his home state of Gujarat.
जोश में दिखाई दे रहे हैं। ये दृश्य अपने आप में बहुत कुछ बताते हैं। लोगों का प्रेम, स्नेह, विश्वास प्रधानमंत्री के प्रति, सरकार की योजनाओं के प्रति, और जो विश्वास, आत्मविश्वास वहां पर पैदा हुआ है, जो लोक कल्याणकारी काम वहां पर हुए हैं, उसके बाद जो विकास की एक यात्रा जिससे कि गुजरात मॉडल एक अनुपम उदाहरण बनकर उभरा है, वो दृश्य साफ दिखाई देते हैं। लोगों के जोश में, उत्साह में, जज्बे में प्रधानमंत्री के आगमन पर लोगों ने भव्य स्वागत किया। पूरे जोश के साथ, पूरे जज्बे के साथ, पूरे उत्साह के साथ बड़ी संख्या में लोग प्रधानमंत्री के काफिले के दोनों तरफ दिखाई दे रहे हैं और जहां पर प्रधानमंत्री का संबोधन होगा वहां भी काफी संख्या में लोग दिखाई दे रहे हैं। ये सीधे दृश्य आप देख रहे हैं और बेहद महत्वपूर्ण बात यह है कि महिलाएं बड़ी संख्या में वहां पर दिखाई दे रही हैं आगे बैठी हुई, और महिलाओं ने जिस तरह से प्रधानमंत्री का अभिवादन किया है और प्रधानमंत्री जिस तरह से महिला सशक्तिकरण की बात करते हैं, मातृ शक्ति के अभिवादन की बात करते हैं, मातृशक्ति के सम्मान की बात करते हैं, उसका प्रतिरूप यहाँ पर साफ तौर पर दिखाई दे रहा है। महिलाएं बड़ी संख्या में, युवा काफी संख्या में मौजूद हैं। युवाओं को जिस तरह से विभिन्न योजनाओं का उपहार मिला है, युवाओं के लिए जिस तरह से विभिन्न योजनाएं चलाई गई हैं और उसके बाद युवा विकास पथ पर आगे बढ़ रहे हैं। गुजरात की संपूर्ण विकास यात्रा जो प्रधानमंत्री के अथक प्रयासों के कारण वहाँ पर संभव हो पाई है और उसके बाद जो आकांक्षाएं हैं, जो सपने हैं, उसको साकार रूप लेते हुए लोग देखना चाहते हैं और यही उत्साह उनकी आंखों में दिखाई दे रहा है। यही विश्वास उनकी आंखों में दिखाई दे रहा है। बड़ी संख्या में आप देख सकते हैं कि युवा, बुजुर्ग, महिलाएं, यहाँ तक कि छोटे छोटे बच्चे भी प्रधानमंत्री की एक झलक पाने के लिए बेताब हैं, प्रधानमंत्री को सुनने के लिए वहाँ पर मौजूद हैं। और इस दौरे को प्रधानमंत्री का गुजरात के लोगों को नवरात्रि का उपहार कहा जा सकता है, बेहद महत्वपूर्ण है। सूरत में प्रधानमंत्री ने करोड़ों रुपए की परियोजना की सौगात दी है और अब भावनगर में 5200 करोड़ रुपए से अधिक की कई विकास परियोजनाओं का उद्घाटन और शिलान्यास प्रधानमंत्री करेंगे, जिनमें दुनिया के प्रथम सीएनजी टर्मिनल और ब्राउन फील्ड बंदरगाह की आधारशिला को काफी महत्वपूर्ण माना जा रहा है। ब्राउनफील्ड बंदरगाह को 4000 करोड़ रुपए से अधिक की लागत से विकसित किया जाएगा, जो दुनिया के चौथे सबसे बड़े लॉक गेट सिस्टम के साथ दुनिया के पहले सीएनजी टर्मिनल के लिए अत्याधुनिक बुनियादी ढांचा होगा। प्रधानमंत्री सोनी योजना लिंक 2 के पैकेज 7, 25 मेगावाट पलिताना सोलर पीवी प्रोजेक्ट, एपीपीएल कंटेनर परियोजना सहित कई अन्य परियोजनाओं का आज उद्घाटन करेंगे और सोनी योजना लिंक 2 के पैकेज 9, चोरवडला जोन जलापूर्ति परियोजना सहित अन्य परियोजनाओं की आधारशिला रखेंगे। तो अपने आप में जो विकास की आधारभूत संरचना है वो वहाँ पर काफ़ी मजबूत है और उसी संरचना पर विकास की एक बेहद महत्वपूर्ण बुनियाद के बाद उसे आगे बढ़ता देख रहे हैं। गुजरात की विकास यात्रा को सफल होता हुआ वहाँ पर लोग देख रहे हैं और प्रधानमंत्री क्या कहेंगे, यही उत्सुकता वहाँ पर लोगों में अब दिखाई दे रही है। बड़ी संख्या में लोग मौजूद हैं प्रधानमंत्री के संबोधन स्थल पर अभिवादन के लिए, स्वागत के लिए, और प्रधानमंत्री क्या कहते हैं ये सुनने के लिए बड़ी संख्या में आप देख सकते हैं कि लोग मौजूद हैं। पूरे आशा के साथ, विश्वास के साथ, एक बड़े जोश जुनून के जज्बे के साथ लोग मौजूद हैं प्रधानमंत्री के स्वागत के लिए। भावनगर से ये सीधे दृश्य देख रहे हैं। इससे पहले प्रधानमंत्री के काफिले के दोनों ओर जब प्रधानमंत्री का काफिला भावनगर में आ रहा था यहाँ पर स्थल पर आने के लिए, तो बड़ी संख्या में दोनों तरफ लोग मौजूद थे। लोगों ने प्रधानमंत्री के काफिले पर पुष्प वर्षा की, प्रधानमंत्री का पुरजोर स्वागत किया पूरे जज्बे के साथ, पूरे जोश जुनून के साथ। सौगात देंगे और ये अपने आप में बेहद महत्वपूर्ण हो जाता है जब विकास की बात करते हैं, विशेषकर गुजरात की विकास यात्रा।
Minister Narendra Modi there, who's arrived in Gujarat. I'm going to slip into a short break. We'll be right back with more on that. Stay with us.
राज्य के और केंद्र के समन्वय का
Obviously, the biggest and most talked about story internationally right now is the death of Queen Elizabeth II. After a week of a particularly anti-colonialist drive taken by the government, strangely, a day of mourning was declared.
I find it unnecessary, Shiv. You have messages that come in from the Prime Minister, which is okay, fine. You know, he's the Prime Minister, he's sending out a message of condolence on behalf of the nation. But then you take that forward and then announce one day of mourning in India. What was the need for that?
You want to reach out to the Raj in every way, or at least the United Kingdom as it stands today. Free trade pacts, student partnerships. You want to build a stronger relationship with UK, but we will decolonize by changing the name from Rajpat to Kartavya Path. Change my name also tomorrow, Rajdeep to Kartavya.
So what's bogus and hypocritical is not the name change. What's bogus and hypocritical is the mourning.
You know, doing good Kartavya, you will be called Kartavya Deep.
We're going back to the topic.
Prime Minister Modi himself has been very diplomatically correct when it comes to global relationship. I think Modi is aced. So this is basically just protocol.
A certain respect for Queen Elizabeth the individual, and therefore if the state decides to give one day mourning, theek hai yaar, why debating? And that too in English. That too you are debating in English, the language of the Queen.
My view, if you are getting rid of St. George's Cross, if you're getting rid of Rajpath and those things, which is why it looks a little jarring to me.
Mourn the Queen, but don't show your allegiance to the empire like that by declaring state mourning.
Fact remains, special relationship is a two-way street. Hand over Vijay Mallya, hand over Nirav Modi.
Hand over the
Do not hide Indian fugitives in your country. and don't let the British Museum look like an active crime scene.
All I'm going to say now, I personally believe that the India-UK relationship is way beyond the royal family, and that's the way it actually should be.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices.
Well, India's most affordable electric vehicle car has officially been launched by Tata Motors, and I'm right now standing with that vehicle. Tata Tiago EV has been launched officially. Let me just quickly give you a sneak peek inside the vehicle. The vehicle comes with a whole lot of features that you would probably find in an expensive electric vehicle, but yes, Tata Motors has kept in mind about the affordability factor for a common man. Launched at 8.49 lakhs, the vehicle, the price is reserved for about 10,000 first customers, about 4.25.
All right, Prime Minister Modi has just reached stage there. He is currently in Gujarat, Bhavnagar, where he's going to be holding a huge talk, addressing the people of Gujarat. He's also going to be rolling out a slew of developmental projects. Saurabh Bhaktania joining us on the phone line. Saurabh, a quick word. This huge gathering that we see in Bhavnagar, all there to witness these projects Prime Minister Modi is all set to roll out. Tell us a little more.
Well, absolutely, Nabila. Let me tell you, first roadshow in Surat and now the second roadshow in Bhavnagar. And now let me tell you, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be inaugurating and lay foundation stone of projects worth over 5,200 crores in Bhavnagar. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will lay foundation stone of world's first CNG terminal and of brownfield port at Bhavnagar. This particular port, Nabila, the first CNG terminal will be built at a cost of over 4,000 crores. And let me tell you, not just this, but Prime Minister Narendra Modi will also be inaugurating a regional science center in Bhavnagar, which is spread across over 20 acres and built at a cost of 100 crores. And this will have dedicated special wings like Marine Aquatic Gallery, Automobile Gallery, Nobel Prize Gallery, and several others. This will be a major tourist destination in Bhavnagar for the upcoming years. And there are several other projects, Nabila, which Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be inaugurating in Bhavnagar. Once his speech is over in Bhavnagar, he'll be leaving for Ahmedabad, and for Ahmedabad, he is going to take part in the opening ceremony of National Games. Remember, this year's National Games are one of the biggest ever time. Let me tell you, over 5,000 participants are taking part in this particular National Games, and in the opening ceremony, our golden boy, Neeraj Chopra, is also going to be there. And after completing this opening ceremony, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be heading to GNDC ground in Ahmedabad itself. Well, the Gujarat government has organized the Navratri festival, and this is how back-to-back programs of Narendra Modi, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, are lined up in Gujarat. have very big importance, let me tell you, Nabila. First of all, in Surat is one of the stronghold of BJP. 15 assembly seats over here, and all 15 to BJP. So for BJP, Surat stands very important, and therefore his first place to visit in Gujarat was Surat, and now he has headed to Bhavnagar. This is in Saurashtra belt, and let me tell you, in 2017, BJP suffered some sort of losses in Saurashtra area due to the Patidar Andolan, and therefore Bhavnagar again strategically is very important. And then he will be going to Ahmedabad, that's the central Gujarat area where BJP again has a very strong hold. So the strategic locations which Prime Minister Narendra Modi is going to in Gujarat are very important for upcoming assembly election, and which will be helpful for the BJP as well. So back-to-back programs line up, and people are gathered in huge number everywhere, Nabila, let me tell you. They just want to get a glimpse of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. It's his home turf, and people know him like it is their own person who is coming back to Gujarat, and they were standing in queues for last so many hours to just get a glimpse of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and they wanted to capture Prime Minister Narendra Modi in their mobile phones. So now the roadshow is over. He has reached the venue where he will be delivering a speech in just a short while.
All right, we see a huge crowd there that's gathered to witness this release and launch of a slew of developmental projects. People there still showing and showering their love for Modi, isn't it, Saurabh? Saurabh, if you can hear me.
Yes, Nabila.
Yeah, the kind of overwhelming love that Prime Minister gets every time he's in his home state is commendable.
Yes, absolutely, Nabila. When I was in Surat, present in Surat, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi was to reach at 11 a.m., people had started to gather since early morning at 8 a.m. And on both the sides of the road, Nabila, there were thousands of people who had gathered, and there was a road show which was planned. But let me tell you, while Prime Minister Narendra Modi had to go from the same route back to the airport, even then, for total 2 hours, people were waiting for Prime Minister Narendra Modi to return back and just get a glimpse of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. So he's getting a huge support, and this is what the BJP is banking on, because BJP also knows it's Prime Minister Narendra Modi's face which is going to help them in the upcoming assembly elections, and therefore this visit of Prime Minister Narendra Modi is very much important. Remember, like I said earlier, because this is not going to be a traditional fight this year, because earlier times we have seen that how traditional fight is only between the BJP and the Congress in Gujarat. But this year we are seeing that how Aam Aadmi Party is strengthening its base in Gujarat. They are continuously campaigning. In fact, Arvind Kejriwal, we are witnessing that how every week Arvind Kejriwal, the Delhi CM Arvind Kejriwal, is in Gujarat. He's coming up with different speeches. He's coming up with different guarantees. And in fact, not just Aam Aadmi Party, but even AIMIM Party is here in Gujarat this year. Asadin Overseas is conducting several of the public meetings. He's claiming that AIMIM will definitely win over 5 seats. So there is a very interesting fight this year for the upcoming assembly election. And let me tell you, what's more interesting, BJP is saying that Aam Aadmi Party is not competition for them. They are saying that Aam Aadmi Party will not even win 1 seat, but the Aam Aadmi Party is claiming something else. So there are a lot of claims which have been made, but having said that, Congress is on a struggling mode. Congress is trying to regain its old stronghold of Saurashtra and the tribal belt, and it's such an interesting right now place this year's election, that how the party campaigns ahead and how they get hold of the votes and the vote bank in Gujarat. It will be very important to see, because BJP's main face, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, is coming to Gujarat. Aam Aadmi Party's Arvind Kejriwal is coming to Gujarat. But we are not seeing such central leadership from the Congress, because hardly twice Rahul Gandhi has come to Gujarat and held any public meeting or public rally. So now Congress has to buck up, and they are telling us that very soon Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi will be here in Gujarat. So it's a very interesting scenario at the moment for the upcoming Gujarat Assembly election. It will be very interesting to see how the voter turnouts happen.
All right. Thank you very much, Saurabh, for joining us on that. We're going to continue tracking those details. Prime Minister Modi in Gujarat. Huge crowds gathered to see Modi and hear him speak as he's all set to roll out a slew of developmental projects.
Hello, welcome. You're watching our special broadcast. I'm Dipali Patel. In the next 30 minutes, we will talk about Mani Ratnam's magnum opus, Ponniyin Selvan, which is just a day away from its release. Now, packed with Indian cinema's big guns like Vikram and Aishwarya Rai Bachchan, this epic saga is surely one of the most anticipated films of 2022. And fans have been thronging to book their tickets in advance. Here's the complete story.
Starring big guns like Vikram, Aishwarya Rai Bachchan, Karthi and Jayam Ravi, Ponniyin Selvan 1 is easily one of the most highly anticipated films of 2022. And it's also quite evident from the advanced bookings. 11.3 crores gross, out of which the Tamil version has contributed the most so far.
நான் ஆதித்த கரிகாலரின் நண்பன் வல்லவரையன் வந்தியத்தேவன் எம் இளவரசரோட தோளோடு தோள் நின்று போரிடும் பாக்கியம் எனக்கு கிடைத்தது.
அருண்மொழியும் கரிகாலரும் ஒன்று சேராமல் நாம் பார்த்துக் கொள்ள வேண்டும்.
What's more, the tickets are selling like hotcakes, and if reports are to be believed, the mark of 6 lakh will soon be crossed. Also, as per trade experts, this magnum opus is expected to bring in the family audiences in big numbers. The makers, meanwhile, are leaving no stone unturned to promote the film. A brilliantly edited video clip with scenes from Talapati and Nayagan was shared by them on social media as a tribute to Rajinikanth and Kamal Haasan, the two superstars of Indian cinema.
கடவுளா மதிக்கிறாங்கன்னு எனக்கு புரியல. நீங்க எப்போது இடையா இருந்திருக்கீங்களா?
சோத்துக்கு திண்டாடணும், 4 காசு சம்பாதிக்கணும்னா சாவணும்.
உயிர் காலியா இருக்கும்போது கோர்ஸ் செலவு ஒத்திரி செலவு கொடுக்க முடியாது சார். நட்புன்னு என்ன தெரியுமா உனக்கு? நண்பன்னு என்ன தெரியுமா உனக்கு? சூர்யானா என்ன தெரியுமா உனக்கு? உங்ககிட்ட எனக்கு ஒண்ணு வேணும். வேலு நாயக்கரை தேடி போனா இல்லைங்கிற வார்த்தை வராதுன்னு நிறைய பேர் என்கிட்ட சொல்லியிருக்காங்க. கேட்கலாமா? என்ன வேணும்?
The two icons had earlier come together for the audio launch to show their support for Mani Ratnam and his film Ponniyin Selvan 1.
என்ன கேரக்டரைசேஷன்ஸ், என்ன இது கம்ப்ளீட்லி வீரம், சௌந்தரியம், பயானகம், பீபிசம், ஹாஸ்யம்.
மணிரத்னம் அவர்களின் வெற்றி பட்டியலில் மிக முக்கியமான படமாக இது இருக்கு.
அது மணி எப்படி எடுத்திருப்பாங்க, அப்படி வெயிட் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம். ஒன்னொன்னு அப்படி வெயிட் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம்.
Which was shot along with its second part in just a matter of 150 days. Entertainment Bureau, India Today.
Now, S.S. Rajamouli, who took years to make Bahubali 1 and 2, was surprised to know that Mani Ratnam made both the parts of Ponniyin Selvan in merely 150 days. It indeed is an achievement, especially when the making process came with its own share of hiccups. Here's more on that.
என் தந்தை என்னை சோழ நாட்டிற்காக வாழேந்தும்படி ஆணையிட்டார். நான் சோழ நாட்டின் காவலன். சோழ மக்களின் வேலைக்காரன்.
நான் ஆதித்த கரிகாலரின் நண்பன் வல்லவரையன் வந்தியத்தேவன். எம் இளவரசரோட தோளோடு தோள் நின்று போரிடும் பாக்கியம் எனக்கு கிடைத்தது.
Director Mani Ratnam is all set to enthrall cinegoers with his epic saga Ponniyin Selvan. The magnum opus has been mounted on a massive scale but faced its own share of hiccups along the way. Now, filmmaker Mani Ratnam has been wanting to adapt the film for 28 years. The ace filmmaker was all set to begin production on the film back in 1994. But the film was put on hold due to budget constraints. He again tried to revive the film in 2010 but had to postpone the film for a second time as the team could not find the right set of locations and were denied permission to shoot in certain temples and palaces. The COVID-19 pandemic adversely affected the production process of the film and delayed the release date. The makers had shot one schedule before the pandemic gripped the world and then had to wait another 9 months to resume filming.
COVID was a big element into the thing. We finished one schedule and then we got locked down. And for 9 months we had no clue. And when it opened up also, we wanted to shoot it in real locations and real places were not open fully. They had different rules for different states and different archaeological settings. So we had to wait, do the waiting game, plan it differently and then be able to capture without compromising anything that we wanted.
The main cast of the film was changed after Mani Ratnam finally decided to start production on the film. For various reasons, actors such as Thalapathy Vijay, Mahesh Babu, Anushka Shetty, Nayantara and Vijay Sethupathi among others dropped out of the project.
We had a great team, both in terms of both in front of camera and behind the camera. It was just outstanding team and had all the support. And they put in the best.
Days after the teaser release, Ponniyin Selvan landed in fresh trouble after Mani Ratnam and Chiyan Vikram received a court notice from a lawyer. In his petition, he said that the Cholas could be misrepresented in the film and demanded a special screening of the film ahead of its release to analyze if the makers had distorted historical facts in the film. Entertainment Bureau, India Today.
Mughal rulers, their legacies and history have long dominated the world of Indian cinema. But with Mani Ratnam's magnum opus Ponniyin Selvan I hitting the screens, the Chola's ancient dynasty is finally getting their long-due recognition.
வானில் ஒரு பெரும்பால் விண்மீன் தோன்றியது. சோழ அரசகுலத்தில் ஒருவரை அந்த விண்மீன் பலிகொள்ளும்.
In an industry that has largely ignored it, India's greatest ancient dynasty, the Cholas, are all set for an epic correction. Amidst a wave of sentiment over the ancient southern dynasty being sidestepped by historians and filmmakers, one of India's greatest movie makers, Mani Ratnam, is all set to bring the Cholas back. While the Mughal Empire has justifiably seen grand productions in Bollywood and beyond, a stubborn sticking point has remained. that the older and grander Chola dynasty hasn't received its rightful due.
The Cholas were so far ahead, they had
सर गहलोत सर इधर 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 सर इधर इधर चलो आगे चलो चलो उधर उधर है टीम है ठीक है सर इधर आइए अशोक जी अरे
From Sonia Gandhi's residence right outside, Ashok Gehlot, who's just exited her residence after speaking to her, all set to address the media there.
क्या बोला तो यहाँ से निकल कर कहाँ जाएंगे उससे काफी कुछ संकेत मिलेगा.
Ashok Gehlot, who's just exited Sonia Gandhi's residence, he's right there, all set to address the media. This is the first time that he's met with the Gandhi family post the commotion that ensued in the state of Rajasthan in the last week. Ashok Gehlot has been accused of orchestrating an entire meltdown because he had to give up his chief minister's chair, hand it over to Sachin Pilot. Now, there was a lot of allegations that Ashok Gehlot wanted to hold fort his chief minister's chair, at the same time also take over as the Congress president. He wanted to have both those posts, and that's why deliberately orchestrated a meltdown in his state of Rajasthan. Those are the allegations made against him. Even Congress observers Ajay Bakan, Mallikarjun Kharge extensively indicated that this entire drama was insinuated by Gehlot. Now Gehlot speaking there to the media. Listen in.
बस साइलेंट हो जाओ यार भाई हिलना मत इधर सामने मत आइए प्लीज अब छोड़ दो सर बोलो ओके शांत भाई शांत मौसमी जी शांत हो अरे बस सर बोलिए दैनिक सवेरा की क्वेश्चन कर लो वहीं से मम्मी है डाले थोड़ी सर बोलिए क्या बात हुई सर मुलाकात व्हाट ऑल वर डिस्कस
कांग्रेस अध्यक्ष सोनिया जी के साथ में मैंने बैठ करके पूरी बातचीत करी, क्योंकि जिस प्रकार से पिछले 50 साल में मुझे हमेशा कांग्रेस पार्टी ने इंदिरा जी के वक्त से ही, राजीव जी थे, चाहे वो बाद में सोनिया जी आ गई, बीच में नरसिम्हा जी प्रधानमंत्री बने, एक वफादार सिपाही के रूप में मैंने काम किया और मुझे हमेशा मेरे पे विश्वास करके मुझे जिम्मेदारी दी गई, चाहे मैं केंद्रीय मंत्री बना हूँ, चाहे मैं प्रदेश कांग्रेस अध्यक्ष बना हूँ, और चाहे मैं AICC के महामंत्री बना हूँ, और चाहे मैं सोनिया जी का आशीर्वाद से तीसरी बार मुख्यमंत्री बना हूँ। राहुल जी भी जो फैसला किया राहुल जी ने, वो तमाम जो क्षण है वो मैं भूल नहीं सकता। उसके बावजूद भी जो घटना हुई परसों के रोज 2 दिन पहले, वो घटना इतना हिला के रख दिया हम सबको। मुझे जो दुख है वो मैं जान सकता हूँ, क्योंकि पूरे देश में मैसेज चला गया जैसे मैं मुख्यमंत्री बना जाना चाहता हूँ, इसलिए सब कुछ हो रहा है। मैंने सोनिया जी से भी सॉरी फील किया है, माफ़ी मांगी है, क्योंकि एक सिंपल प्रस्ताव जो होता है एक लाइन का, वो परंपरा हमारी है कि एक लाइन का प्रस्ताव तो हम करते ही करते हैं, हर मीटिंग के अंदर करते हैं, चाहे चुनाव हो, चाहे मुख्यमंत्री के बारे में कोई फैसला करना हो। एक फैसला करते वक्त में एक लाइन का प्रस्ताव करने का हमारे यहाँ हमेशा से ही कायदा रहा, आप सबको मालूम है। दुर्भाग्य से उस वक्त ऐसी स्थिति बन गई, वो प्रस्ताव पास नहीं हो पाया, क्योंकि मैं सीएम लीडर हूँ, वहाँ पर मुख्यमंत्री हूँ, और मैं उस प्रस्ताव को पास नहीं करवा पाया, कारण चाहे कुछ भी रहे होंगे। तो मेरी मॉरल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है कि एक मुख्यमंत्री होने के बावजूद भी मैं एक प्रस्ताव, एक लाइन का जो हमारी परंपरा है, पहली बार वो परंपरा के अंतर्गत वो प्रस्ताव पास नहीं होगा। इस बात का मुझे दुख हमेशा जिंदगी भर रहेगा। और मैंने सोनिया जी से भी सॉरी फील किया है कि मैं उस काम में कामयाब नहीं होगा। ठीक है, हो गई बात। देखिए ये घटना जो हुई है, इस घटना ने कई तरह के मैसेज दे दिए पूरे देश के अंदर, और मीडिया भी हमारे जो है कई बार किंग मेकर बन जाता है, कई बार वो मीडिया अपने हिसाब से स्टोरी चैनल लग जाता है। आज जब देश में संकट है, मीडिया पे भी संकट है, साहित्यकार, पत्रकार, लेखक जेल में जा रहे, 2-2 साल से बंद पड़े रहते हैं। इस माहौल में देश चल रहा है। तो मैंने कल रात को भी कहा था, हमारी पार्टी में तो एक तरफ राहुल गांधी जी निकल चुके हैं यात्रा के अंदर, बेरोजगारी, महंगाई के साथ में जो देश का हालात है, शांति, सद्भाव, प्रेम, भाईचारा रहे, ये संदेश दे रहे पूरे मुल्क को वो, और हिंसा की कीमत पे नहीं होनी चाहिए, उस माहौल में वो चल रहे हैं। और दूसरी तरफ मैंने उनसे मिला, कोची में जा करके रिक्वेस्ट की कि आप अध्यक्ष का चुनाव लड़ें। आखिर में उन्होंने अस्वीकार कर दिया, मैं मेरी बात को कायम हूँ, मैं इलेक्शन लड़ूंगा नहीं। तो मैंने कहा भाई जो सबकी भावना है कार्यकर्ताओं की, नेताओं की, तो मैं फिर चुनाव लड़ूंगा, ये मैंने कहा था। सुनिए आप, पर अब क्योंकि कल परसों की वो घटना हुई है और मेरी मॉरल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी थी कि वो प्रस्ताव पास होता, तो मैंने तय किया है अब मैं इस माहौल के अंदर चुनाव नहीं लड़ूंगा, ये मेरा फैसला है। ये फैसला मैं नहीं करूंगा, ये फैसला सोनिया गांधी जी करेगी, कांग्रेस अध्यक्ष करेगी। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
All right. Gehlot there coming out for the first time after the whole commotion that's taken place. Gehlot saying that I've apologized to Sonia Gandhi. I am apologetic about what's happened in Rajasthan on Sunday. That was not my intention. I was caught unaware. I've apologized to Sonia Gandhi. Gehlot calls the MLA revolt complete unfortunate affair. Says that he has been a soldier of the Congress party for as long as he knows. He has been very loyal to the party. And now he comes out to say that he's not going to be contesting Congress president's polls. Gehlot there stating that he will remain as the chief minister, will not be contesting Congress polls, and also apologizes for all the commotion that's taken place in the state of Rajasthan. This is the first time that Gehlot has now come out explicitly to say that he's apologetic, did not intend that drama that unfolded, was never his intention. He was caught unaware, and now apologizes to Sonia Gandhi, saying his loyalties rests with the Gandhi family, and explicitly saying he's not going to be contesting Congress president's polls. Here we see the commotion and drama that's only heightened in the Congress, as the Congress now groping their new leader or their new favorites on who they want to see as the next Congress president. They've been trying to scout and select. Gehlot was one of their favorites. And then here we see that Ashok Gehlot, after that commotion that's happened in the state of Rajasthan, has come out for the first time to apologize. He says that he never intended to create that kind of commotion. He never was aware that that would happen. That revolt was surprising to him too. And now that that's happened, he apologizes and he withdraws himself from the race of Congress president. A big twist coming in as the Congress president polls drama now intensifies. Gehlot now apologetic. He says he's conveyed his apology to Sonia Gandhi. He's not going to be contesting polls. In fact, Ashok Gehlot now says that he's going to withdraw himself from the race to Congress president polls. Here, the first time Gehlot is spoken. Listen in.
जो घटना हुई परसों के रोज 2 दिन पहले, वो घटना इतना हिला के रख दिया हम सबको। मुझे जो दुख है वो मैं जान सकता हूँ, क्योंकि पूरे देश में मैसेज चला गया जैसे मैं मुख्यमंत्री बना जाना चाहता हूँ, इसलिए सब कुछ हो रहा है। मैंने सोनिया जी से भी सॉरी फील किया है, माफी मांगी है, क्योंकि एक सिंपल प्रस्ताव जो होता है एक लाइन का, वो परंपरा हमारी है कि एक लाइन का प्रस्ताव तो हम करते ही करते हैं, हर मीटिंग के अंदर करते हैं, चाहे चुनाव हो, चाहे मुख्यमंत्री के बारे में कोई फैसला करना हो। एक फैसला करते वक्त में एक लाइन का प्रस्ताव करने का हमारे यहाँ हमेशा से ही कायदा रहा, आप सबको मालूम है, आप सबको मालूम है। दुर्भाग्य से उस वक्त ऐसी स्थिति बन गई, वो प्रस्ताव पास नहीं हो पाया।
Gehlot there is just about exited Sonia Gandhi's residence. I'm going to quickly cut across to Maushmi Singh joining us live. Maushmi, Gehlot will not be contesting Congress president's polls. He comes out and explicitly says it and apologizes, says, I'm very sorry for what's happened. I'm not going to be contesting polls. I never expected this revolt to take place in Rajasthan. It's my apology. Sonia Gandhi has accepted it, and now I'm going to withdraw myself from the Congress president's race. Was this what was expected? Did you hope for another twist in this case, or was this what was more or less going to happen?
See, Nabila, we were trying to assess what's happening in the Congress party. This is big. You know, after Ashok Gehlot's meeting with Sonia Gandhi, he comes out and says that he's not contesting the polls, trying to take the high moral ground as far as, you know, the polls are concerned, clearly indicating that
we can hear you.
काट दिया था फोन.
All right, we're going to try and patch Maushmi there, but here Ashok Gehlot yet again apologizing for what's happened. Let's take a listen. In fact, Ashok Gehlot, who speaks right as he exits Sonia Gandhi's residence, he speaks. Listen in.
सोनिया जी आ गई, मैंने उनसे मिला, कोचिंग में जाकर के रिक्वेस्ट की कि आप अध्यक्ष का चुनाव लड़ें। आखिर में उन्होंने अस्वीकार कर दिया, मैं मेरी बात को कायम हूँ, मैं इलेक्शन लड़ूंगा नहीं। तो मैंने कहा भाई जो सबकी भावना है कार्यकर्ताओं की, नेताओं की, तो मैं फिर चुनाव लड़ूंगा, ये मैंने कहा था। सुनिए आप, पर अब क्योंकि कल परसों की घटना हुई है और मेरी मॉरल रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी थी कि वो प्रस्ताव पार होता, तो मैंने तय किया है अब मैं इस माहौल के अंदर चुनाव नहीं लड़ूंगा, ये मेरा फैसला है।
All right, let me quickly cut across to Rahul Gautam, who's right outside the residence of Sonia Gandhi. Rahul, a quick word from you. Ashok Gehlot comes out of the residence of Sonia Gandhi's and says that he's apologetic, never expected such a commotion to take place in the state of Rajasthan, and now he withdraws himself from the race of Congress president. Tell us a little more. What more has he spoken? Is he still there?
No, as we speak, Mr. Gehlot has left from 10 Janpath, and if you hear that sound bite, you can easily make out that it seems that there is mistrust between Mr. Gehlot and Sonia Gandhi now, given the fact that what had happened, that evening in Jaipur. It seems that Mr. Gehlot has fallen off the favor of Gandhi's, and therefore you have a situation now where Mr. Gehlot is going to continue as Chief Minister. And remember, just a week back, he was being hailed as one of the staunch loyalists of Nehru-Gandhi family, and now you have a situation where almost a coup happened right under the leadership of Mr. Ashok Gehlot in Rajasthan, in Jaipur, and this was something that was very hurtful for Gandhis, because they never expected, they never thought of that something might happen with Mr. Ashok Gehlot, who has been with the family for almost 4 decades now. Both share a very good rapport, but still, this happened. This was a clear, open challenge to High Command, and therefore it seems that, and if you see the timing also, if you remember earlier in the morning, Mr. Mukul Vasning reached the residence of Mr. Gehlot. At the same time, Mr. P. Chidambaram also reached the residence of Mr. Digvijaya Singh. Later, when Mukul Vasning left from, after meeting Mr. Ashok Gehlot, at the same time, Mr. Digvijaya started from his home, reached AICC office, collected the nomination papers, and announced that he is going to contest elections. And at that point of time, if you can pull that soundbite, he said that you just see that who is going to withdraw soon from Congress party's race. So it seems that everything was well planned. It seems that there's mistrust, or there's a communication gap, or the High Command is not ready to believe what Mr. Gehlot is saying. That's why you have a situation now that Mr. Gehlot is not going to contest for the top Congress post, and in fact he is going to remain Chief Minister of Rajasthan. But what it comes as a great shock or a great surprise for Sachin Pilot also, as to what options does he have now, given the fact that obviously he is not going to become Chief Minister. Majority of the MLAs support Ashok Gehlot. So what way Mr. Pilot is going to take, it is something which is going to be very interesting to watch now.
Right, Rahul, stay with us. I'm going to quickly cut across to Gaurav Bhatia of the BJP joining us on the phone line. Mr. Bhatia, a quick word. Ashok Gehlot comes out to apologize, says they never expected a revolt like this, and he's a Gandhi loyalist, would never want to embarrass the Congress High Command, and now he pulls out, withdraws himself from the race to Congress president's polls. Your view on that?
My view would be the view of any citizen. First, this is nothing but a sham, and second, it clearly shows that one family, Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi, Priyanka Gandhi, are above the Congress party and all other leaders put together, even the constitution of the Congress party. And third and most importantly, Ashok Gehlot's statement reveals a lot when he says that the decision whether he will continue as the CM or not will be taken by Sonia Gandhi. If a new president is elected, how can Sonia Gandhi take that decision? And when the elections are going on, then also she can't take that decision. But this is the belief system within the Congress, that they serve one parivar, Ala Kaman. And Ala Kaman is more like a Kala Kaman, which is only interest in the benefit that accrue to the family, not to the nation, not to the party workers.
Right. At this point, the Congress says that they are possibly the only party who holds internal election to democratically elect their chief, that who will guide the party in a direction that they want to go. But no other parties, including basically hinting at the BJP never having a poll or an election to elect their BJP president. So, let's not preach.
So to that, I would say that you're a very reputed journalist. Your channel is a very reputable channel. 24 years. How many elections did the Congress party hold? 24 years. Did we not see president from one parivar? And in this span of 24 years, we have seen 9 different presidents in the Bharatiya Janata Party, and none of them belongs to the same family. This is the answer to Ashok Gehlot and all these psycho fans who are trying to create this illusion which has no substance.
All right, Mr. Bhatia, thank you very much for joining us. I'm going to quickly cut across to BJP MLA joining us on the phone line, Rajendra Rathore. Rajendra Rathore ji, we see that Ashok Gehlot has come out and apologized for all the commotion that's erupted in Rajasthan. He in fact says he withdraws himself from the race of Congress president polls and wants to stay focused on the state of Rajasthan as the chief minister. Your take?
देखिए, राजस्थान के अंदर जिस प्रकार की असमंजसता का वातावरण बना हुआ, उसके जनक मुख्यमंत्री थे। ये मुख्यमंत्री जी आलाकमान की नजर में कितने योग्य थे। आज से एक सप्ताह पहले इन्हें राष्ट्र के लिए नामांकन पत्र भरने के लिए गए और एक झटके में अयोग्य हो गए। ये इनको नामांकन पत्र राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष का भरने से मना कर दिया गया। और जो पहले कहा करते थे कि मैं मेरे सारे साथी एमएलए किसी हालत में इस्तीफा तक दे देंगे, परंतु किसी तरह का नेतृत्व बदलाव नहीं चाहेंगे, आज वही एक तरह से नतमस्तक हो गए कि सरकार सोनिया गांधी चाहेंगे तो मुख्यमंत्री रहेंगे, नहीं चाहेंगे तो मुख्यमंत्री नहीं रहेंगे। यानी एक बार फिर राजस्थान में असमंजसता के काले बादल गहरा गए हैं और कांग्रेस टूटन की तरफ बढ़ रही है। क्योंकि अगर सोनिया गांधी जी ने कहा कि आप मुख्यमंत्री नहीं रहेंगे, तो कांग्रेस के उन विधायकों ने 81 विधायकों ने, जिनमें सारे मंत्री शामिल है, जिनका त्याग पत्र आज भी विधानसभा अध्यक्ष के पास पेंडिंग है, उस पर क्या निर्णय होगा। एक सवाल ये भी है, विधानसभा अध्यक्ष कब तक इन त्याग पत्रों को लटकाए रखेंगे। एक सवाल ये भी है। एक सवाल ये भी है कि अभी भी मंत्री स्थानांतरण उद्योग में लगे हैं, रोज ट्रांसफर की लिस्ट निकाल रहे हैं, पत्रावलियों पर हस्ताक्षर कर रहे हैं और उधर नैतिकता के आधार पर उन्होंने इस्तीफा भी दे रखा।
जी, अब यहाँ पर जो गहलोत कह रहे हैं कि उनकी इच्छा या उनकी इंटेंशन नहीं थी कि ऐसे क्राइसिस हो जाएगा। ये उनका कमिटमेंट है कि राजस्थान को एकजुट रखने के लिए और राजस्थान के लोगों के लिए काम करने के लिए। अब वो विड्रॉ हो चुके हैं इलेक्शन के रेस से, जो कांग्रेस प्रेसिडेंट पोल के इलेक्शन से, और फोकस करना चाहते हैं राजस्थान के ऊपर। आपका क्या कहना है कि कांग्रेस आएगी ये बार सरकार?
देखिए, इस बार जो कांग्रेस सबसे बड़ी हार की ओर बढ़ेगी। कांग्रेस 2 सीट में आ जाए तो आप मुझे कह देना, मेरा भी एक राजनीतिक अनुभव भी है। और ये बात करते हैं एकजुटता की, वो एकजुटता वहां कहाँ चली गई थी। ये आज भी वहाँ के मुख्यमंत्री हैं, अब तो कभी नकारा का कभी ये पहला मौका था। सितारा 34 दिन रहने के बाद डर के मारे से हमारे मेरे विधायक पर छूट नहीं जाएंगे। आज कांग्रेस की एकता की बात है, कांग्रेस में शासन नहीं है, शासन की बात है। राजस्थान के लोग सरकार नदारद है और लूट खसोट में लगी है सरकार, इसका खामियाजा इनको भुगतना नहीं पड़ेगा।
जी राजेंद्र जी, यहाँ पर जो सचिन पायलट और गहलोत की जो लड़ाई होती है हर बार, हर एक साल में उनकी लड़ाई होती है, वो कैसा अफेक्ट करता है राजस्थान के लोगों को?
देखिए, राजस्थान के लोगों ने इनको बहुत छोटे मतों से मैंडेट दिया था, सिर्फ 0.5 से। ये मैंडेट जिस दिन मिला और जिस दिन मुख्यमंत्री जी ने मुख्यमंत्री की शपथ ली, उसी दिन भी लोगों ने एहतजाज किया, लोग पटरियों पर जा बैठे। और उसके बाद अपमान करने की राजनीति राजस्थान की संस्कृति नहीं रही है। मुख्यमंत्री जी ने अपने साथियों को जो नीचा दिखाना प्रारंभ किया, उसी का कारण रहा कि लगातार दूरियां बढ़ती रही और इन दूरियों के कारण से शासन प्रशासन पूरा था। अब अफसरशाही हावी हो गई और अफसरशाही हावी होने के कारण से भ्रष्टाचार का तांडव मच गया और कोई भी नीतिगत फैसले जो सरकार ने लिए, एक को भी कैरी आउट नहीं कर पाए, एक को भी लागू नहीं कर पाए, ना बजटीय घोषणा कर पाए, ना जन घोषणा कर पाए। इसलिए लोग कहते हैं, गली मोहल्ले का राजस्थानी कहता है कि धोखे की सरकार है, ये झूठ और लूट की सरकार है।
जी, अब ये राजेंद्र जी, बहुत आरोप है कि बीजेपी भी ऑपरेशन कमल करने की कोशिश करती है, हर बार उनके कांग्रेस नेताओं को खरीदने की कोशिश करती है। ये आरोप लगाया है गहलोत के एमएलएज ने कि इतने सालों तक इनकी कोशिश, बीजेपी की कोशिश नाकाम रही क्योंकि ये एकजुट है।
ये बेबुनियाद आरोप है, मैं सिरे से खारिज करता हूँ। इनके पर्यवेक्षक इनके गए, पर्यवेक्षकों को आमंत्रित किया गया उस वक्त जब अशोक गहलोत ने उनको आने के लिए ग्रीन सिग्नल दिया। उसके बाद इनके विधायक मुख्यमंत्री आवास में बैठक हो और मुख्यमंत्री खुद उसका बहिष्कार करवाए। ये अपनी गुरेबा में अपने आप ही बात है कि देख लें, और इनकी हर झगड़े का के पीछे ये अपने पीछे खड़ा हुआ भारतीय जनता पार्टी को महसूस करते हैं। मैं समझता हूँ ये फोबिया जरूर इनके दिलो दिमाग में हो सकता है, पर भारतीय जनता पार्टी का कोई लेना देना नहीं। हम तो कहते हैं कि जब इस्तीफा दिया है तो इस विधानसभा को भंग करने का मंत्रिमंडल फैसला करके जनता के बीच में आए तो दूध का दूध पानी का पानी हो जाएगा।
जी राजेंद्र जी, बहुत शुक्रिया। थैंक यू फॉर जॉइनिंग अस ऑन दैट। लेट मी Let me quickly cut across to Rajdeep Sardesai, who's joining us for a little more, India Today's consulting editor. Rajdeep, Gehlot finally out of the race. He's no more going to be in the running there for Congress president's polls. He's withdrawn himself, saying that he is embarrassed, apologizes to Sonia Gandhi, says he's now going to focus on the people of Rajasthan and the state, maybe to win elections in the coming election. What's your take on this?
Well, the fact, Nabila, is that not only has he said that he's not in the race for Congress president, but he has effectively left any decision on his future in the light of what happened a couple of days ago to the Congress president. So Sonia Gandhi has to now decide on Ashok Gehlot's future. I don't think that that Sonia Gandhi will immediately ask Ashok Gehlot in any way to step down as Rajasthan Chief Minister. That seems unlikely. Because they do not want to open up another front, another crisis, given the fact that Mr. Gehlot still commands the support of a sizable section of MLAs. But post-Diwali, we are told that even that question could be opened up once the Congress president election is decided. So first, the Congress president election to be decided, where Digvijaya Singh has already indicated that he is going to file nominations tomorrow. Shashi Tharoor is likely to file. That process will go on for the next 2.5 weeks. Around the 19th of October, we'll know who the new Congress president is. Post that, post Diwali, there is a possibility that we could see a change in guard in Rajasthan as well ahead of next year's election. So Mr. Gehlot clearly seems to have overplayed his hand in his insistence that he would not accept Sachin Pilot in the manner in which his supporters boycotted the Congress Legislature Party meeting, refused to pass a one-line resolution calling Sonia Gandhi to decide who would be the next Rajasthan Chief Minister. So Mr. Gehlot, in a way, appears to have been pushed on the back foot by the refusal of the High Command to accept his demands as they saw it, and thereby there is a question mark now over the future of Mr. Gehlot that will be resolved, I believe, in the next couple of months.
Right. You know, at this point, Rajdeep, there was a lot of talk that Gandhis may just forgive Gehlot and probably push him to contest the Congress president polls, considering that he's possibly the one man who they rest their affection towards. At least the most loyal to the Gandhi family is what Gehlot is viewed as. Now, at this point, when he's pulling out of the race, is there anyone who matches Gehlot's stature and closeness with the Gandhi family?
Well, clearly the plan A, Nabila, was for Ashok Gehlot to become Congress president, move to Delhi, and Jaipur was going to be where Sachin Pilot would move, because apparently the Gandhis had given some kind of an assurance to Mr. Pilot that he would eventually, before the 2023 Rajasthan elections, be made Chief Minister. On your question as to now, what is the plan B now that plan A has not worked, Ashok Gehlot effectively withdrawing himself from the Congress president race, which I can tell you he was reluctant to contest. He was being pushed into it. The plan B as of now would seem to be Digvijaya Singh, who is the only candidate who's filed his nomination. Will there be another candidate in the next 24 hours? Remember, the nomination process closes tomorrow. Shashi Tharoor is going to file 11 a.m. tomorrow. Digvijaya Singh will file sometime tomorrow. We don't know, and there is the possibility not being ruled out of a third candidate also emerging in this fight for Congress president. So clearly, the Congress leadership at the moment doesn't have a ready alternative to Mr. Gehlot, but Digvijaya Singh is someone who's organizing the Bharat Jodo Yatra, is a two-time Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister, is someone whom has managed to once again win back the favor of Rahul Gandhi in particular. So the possibility exists that Digvijaya Singh, if no other candidate emerges in the next 24 hours apart from Mr. Tharoor, would be the front runner to become the next Congress president.
All right. You know, Rajdeep, a quick word. This whole fight between Sachin Pilot and Gehlot, it's really reflected badly on the Congress party in Rajasthan. Quite a shame there. It's brought to the party high command. But what Gehlot says that what he did or what his MLAs did is hardly a mistake when in compared to what Sachin Pilot had done in 2020. No action was taken against Pilot then, and why action against us now? That's more or less the tone with which Gehlot entered Sonia Gandhi's residence today.
You know, I think that is an important point, Nabila, because the fact is that Ashok Gehlot is extremely bitter about what he believes was Sachin Pilot's attempt to bring down his government in August of 2020. And therefore, he claims he has simply not forgiven Sachin Pilot nor have his MLAs. So therefore, there is a sense within the Gehlot camp that the High Command has been partial, excuse Sachin Pilot for what they believe was a far graver misdemeanor, and they are unwilling to accept Mr. Pilot from what one gathers as Chief Minister of Rajasthan. So that tricky question remains. Can the High Command force Sachin Pilot down the Rajasthan Congress Legislature Party is extremely uncertain. Much depends on how Mr. Gehlot now responds in the next few weeks. Is he someone who's going to quit the Chief Minister's post for Sachin Pilot? Unlikely. Could he quit for a third consensus candidate? Possible. Could he just dig his heels in and refuse to quit Rajasthan, where he remains the party's premier leader? Possible. So I think, as I said, two stages. First, the Congress leadership will intend to solve the problems that have emerged in the Congress presidential race. But post-Diwali, I think you will see some movement in Rajasthan towards ensuring that the Congress party, ahead of next year's elections, where they clearly are on the back foot versus the BJP, do they go along with Mr. Gehlot as tried and trusted, or do they find a fresh candidate ahead of those elections? I think that question will be resolved sometime immediately after Diwali.
So then, in that case, what really happens to the future of Sachin Pilot, Rajdeep? Sachin Pilot is also in Delhi right now. He was hoping that maybe after this meeting, possibly Gehlot will be allowed to contest Congress president's polls and then make way for him as the chief minister. Now, it seems like all his hopes have crashed at this point, Sachin Pilot and his future.
Well, not really as yet, Nabila, because we are told that Sachin Pilot is going to meet Sonia Gandhi later today. There are two options available. Either Mrs. Gandhi, as I said, virtually directs her aides to force the Rajasthan Congress MLAs to accept Sachin Pilot, or Sachin Pilot, as is now being suggested, could be moved to Delhi in some kind of a post of a general secretary in charge of specific states. You're right that we are, just as we are uncertain about what happens to Mr. Gehlot next, there is uncertainty over what happens to Mr. Pilot next. I think the meeting where Mr. Pilot will have with Sonia Gandhi could well settle that. But we don't expect an immediate change in guard in Rajasthan while the Congress is going through this presidential process. Because remember, the Congress doesn't have a big majority in Rajasthan. They do not want to lose in any way one of the only two governments that they have. So they will have to handle Mr. Gehlot and his supporters with care. Does that mean that Sachin Pilot could be still kept waiting for a while longer? Possible. So I think we'll have to wait and see what happens post Diwali. But I do expect over the next 4 weeks the status quo to be maintained in Rajasthan before a decision is taken on next moves.
All right. Just as Gehlot got out, he as soon as he started his talk with the media, he says, I apologize unconditionally. Well, there's no taking that away, that this was shameful and this has brought embarrassment to the party high command. But I wasn't aware of this. You know, he feigns ignorance right from the start. He's been claiming that he wasn't even aware his MLAs wanted to tender their resignation and they wanted to, almost quit the party if he gave up his post to Sachin Pilot. Is this believable, Rajdeep? Could we really take Ashok Gehlot face value, knowing what a shrewd politician he is?
You know, Nabila, I asked this question to someone close to Mr. Gehlot this morning who was insistent that Mr. Gehlot had no control over his MLAs. I said, do you really expect us to believe that? Someone of whom it is said, when he's chief minister, patta nahi hilta, leaf doesn't move in Jaipur politically without Mr. Gehlot knowing. Are you seriously telling me that Shanti, Dhariwal, Mahesh, Joshi organized a parallel meeting, unofficial legislature party meeting without any knowledge of Mr. Gehlot? It seems almost impossible to believe that Mr. Gehlot could not have forced the MLAs to come to his house and hold that legislature party meeting. And I don't think either Sonia Gandhi accepts that, nor do any of the Congress leaders in Delhi accept the version of Ashok Gehlot. So I think while he may say that he had no control over the MLAs, it wasn't his fault, he's apologetic about it. I think that generally the Congress leadership believes that this was Mr. Gehlot drawing a line in the sand, saying, look, I am willing to move to Delhi if I am forced to do so, but I will not accept Sachin Pilot in Jaipur. And while he could not say that officially, he got his MLAs to say that. So I think this was part of a conscious political strategy. Although Mr. Gehlot and his supporters are denying the role of the chief minister, it's just difficult to believe that someone like Mr. Gehlot, who has such deep connections in Rajasthan, would have given up so easily, could not have forced the MLAs to come to his house and fall in line. So I think, we will have to take that with a bucket full of salt when the Gehlot camp says that the chief minister had nothing to do with the events of Sunday.
So in that case, what do you suspect that Gehlot was doing? Was he trying to play smart and keep his feet in two boats? He was trying to stay put as the chief minister of Rajasthan and at the same time contest for Congress presidential polls. And only if he won the post as Congress president will he give up his chief minister's chair. So he didn't want this uncertainty to prevail, neither ka udhar, so therefore he held on to the CM's post. Was that greed then?
No, I think, as I said earlier, I don't think Ashok Gehlot was actually very keen to contest the Congress president's post. Ashok Gehlot is not in that sense someone hankering for this post of Congress president. He's much happier being Rajasthan chief minister. That's his comfort zone. He's been a 3-time Rajasthan chief minister, barring of course spells when he's been a member of parliament and general secretary. His comfort zone lies in Rajasthan. He was being pushed into this role because frankly the Congress has few options. Once Rahul Gandhi insisted on saying that I will not take this post of Congress president again, the Congress had a visible lack of option. That's why, Nabila, for the last 2 years, you've seen this situation where Sonia Gandhi is the interim Congress president. Rahul Gandhi is a kind of non-playing captain. He's a captain but doesn't have the post. Priyanka Gandhi Vadra is not seen to be experienced enough to take up the Congress president's post. No one wanted it. It almost seemed, and the second line of leadership in the Congress outside the Gandhis were cancelling each other out. None of them wanted the other to become. So enter Ashok Gehlot as one of only 2 Congress chief ministers, someone with a track record in organization. He's been general secretary organization, someone who can get resources, someone who's an OBC from North India. All of this went in his favor. But the fact is, Ashok Gehlot himself did not really hanker or want the job. He actually wants to continue as Rajasthan chief minister, or even if he has to step down, no Sachin Pilot is what was the chorus within his camp. So I think for Ashok Gehlot, it was, I think the Sunday's events was something where I think he knew at the end of the day, he couldn't get his cake and eat it too. I don't think I think he must have realized that this would be seen as rebellion, but he prefers to be in Rajasthan rather than move to Delhi.
All right, Rajdeep, stay with us. We also have Preeti Chaudhary, who's been tracking those developments in Rajasthan. She was in Jaipur. Preeti, do give us an understanding. Ashok Gehlot finally arrives into Delhi, meets with Sonia Gandhi, apologizes profusely, saying, I did not anticipate this kind of rebellion, and now it's happened. I apologize. I withdraw myself from the race to the Congress president's polls. Now, Gehlot has stepped back. What Rajdeep says that he was never keen on contesting the polls in the first place. Would you agree with that?
You know, I think we'll bring in Rajdeep as well into this conversation. Rajdeep, it's the optics of it all. I apologize is the first thing that Ashok Gehlot says. He goes on to say a one-line resolution is our tradition. Unfortunately, a situation arose. I am opting out of the presidential race. But the fact is, Rajdeep, is it Ashok Gehlot opting out, or was he given no option clearly? This seems to be, at least optics-wise, even if the high command is weakened, it is the high command clearly showing its grit, showing maybe Ashok Gehlot his place ultimately, even though he's a strong regional satrap.
You know, Preeti, we will really know exactly what happens to Ashok Gehlot in the next few weeks, and that will decide just how far the high command can go to rein in a strong regional satrap. Does Ashok Gehlot now continue as Rajasthan chief minister? The sense I got, Preeti, is that for Ashok Gehlot, being Congress president was not a priority. This may seem at odds with those who believe that this is such a powerful post, it will give him a national image. Ashok Gehlot's comfort zone is in Rajasthan. And if you gave Ashok Gehlot the choice between Congress President and Sachin Pilot as Rajasthan Chief Minister, I think he would choose not being Congress President but preventing Sachin Pilot from being Rajasthan Chief Minister. So deep is the animosity between the two. Now, whether Sonia Gandhi eventually told him nothing doing, you've gone out of line, and therefore, you lose both the jobs. You won't be Congress President, you won't be Rajasthan Chief Minister. We'll know in the next couple of weeks. Until then, we don't know who's forced whose hand. Has Ashok Gehlot forced Sonia Gandhi's hand to deny him now the option of becoming Congress President, or has Gehlot created a situation where he is someone who is much more comfortable in Rajasthan than being in Delhi? Who said no? What actually happened behind those closed doors of 10 Janpath? We do not know as yet, Preeti.
Well, only right now what we're given to understand is K.C. Venugopal, Sonia Gandhi and Mukul Vasnik, who were there in that meeting. But Rajdeep, with what Ashok Gehlot has said, at least if you look at it purely optics-wise, him coming out first, apologizing for what went down, then saying he rules himself out of the presidential race, then saying that the one-line resolution has been the tradition of the Congress and he was sorry that it could not happen. Just purely of the kind of messaging that will go down to his MLAs, which till now, till very recently, were publicly muscle flexing, showing Sachin Gehlot and the camp its place. Do you think there will be a certain amount of, they would be disconcerted by what has gone down today?
I think that's a very good question, Preeti, and I think that's exactly what over the next couple of weeks we will unfold. I don't think it's going to happen overnight, but once they know that Ashok Gehlot is no longer Congress President, once they know that he's possibly been admonished by the Congress High Command, that the High Command has in a way reined in Ashok Gehlot, then it's possible that a large number of fence-sitter MLAs, who could be at least 40, 50 out of the 100-odd Congress MLAs, could well, go along with exactly what the High Command wants. Now, whether that's Sachin Pilot or whether that's a third candidate, as often happens in the Congress when you have two candidates battling each other, we don't know. But it is certainly more and more likely that once Mr. Gehlot is out of this Congress President race, his position as Rajasthan Chief Minister becomes vulnerable if the Congress High Command decides to make their displeasure public. Remember, for now, they've spoken through the likes of Ajay Makan, but it is possible that in the days ahead, we'll have more voices coming out and saying Ashok Gehlot crossed a certain Lakshman Rekha. You may have those voices in Jaipur and Delhi. That doesn't necessarily mean Sachin Pilot will become the Chief Minister, but it is possible that Mr. Gehlot could end up losing both jobs post-Diwali.
But, is that even a possibility right now, Rajdeep? Because where optics are concerned, isn't this enough and just about where the Congress High Command is concerned? Where till yesterday he said he was keen on fighting elections. He said that publicly. Now he's gone ahead with that meeting, come out, apologized, ruled himself out. Is this public punishment or whatever limited sense of it is enough? Because Rajasthan is 1 year away from elections. Understandably, right now with what we see, the majority of MLAs lie with Ashok Gehlot. Will the Congress High Command actually rock the boat to just make a point on the superiority or, what is the proverbial High Command here? Or do you think they'll just let him go and lead Congress to elections?
I don't think, Preeti, at the moment the Congress High Command can afford to completely isolate and antagonize Ashok Gehlot. I don't think that's going to happen in a hurry. But as I said, post-Diwali, once the new president is in place in Delhi, in the next couple of months, it is possible that Rajasthan could see some churning. The elections are October, November next year. So we've got a year before that. It is possible that what the Congress will now do is buy time. Each side now has made its point. Mr. Gehlot made its point on Sunday by drawing a Lakshman Rekha as to what is acceptable and what is not. I think the Congress leadership today has also drawn a line, saying if you are going to defy us in the manner that you did, then we also do not want you here as Congress president. So both sides, Preeti, I think have made their points. And now that the points have been made, I think there will be an effort to buy time, allow the process of Congress president to be complete. And then a month, 2, 3 months down the line, when the dust has settled, I think that decision will have to be taken. Whether Ashok Gehlot leads the Congress into into the 2023 election, or the Congress goes in with a new face, whoever that be. I don't think that that decision has been settled as yet. And while you're right that Ashok Gehlot commands the support of the majority of the MLAs, those MLAs, as you earlier said, could well switch sides once they know that the High Command no longer has confidence in Mr. Gehlot. But I don't think that's going to happen right away. For now, I think Mr. Gehlot will be allowed to go back to Rajasthan as Chief Minister.
You know, Rajdeep, appreciate you joining us. Has Ashok Gehlot cut his nose to spite his face? Did his MLAs play their cards too early? All speculation. What we're given to understand, Nabila, is that just about after 5 o'clock is when Sachin Pilot will be meeting Sonia Gandhi. So that meeting also on the cards. What is it that will go down here? Because at least by the sense that we are getting right now, it seems that Ashok Gehlot clearly ruled out of the presidential race, remains to be CM right now. For how long is that question?
And what really happens to Sachin Pilot? That's what I'm keen on knowing too. But for now, thank you very much, Preeti and Rajdeep. On the other side of a short break, I'm going to take you through the Congress Bharat Jodo Yatra that enters Karnataka. Rahul Gandhi's posters and hoardings all torn apart in Chamarajnagar, Karnataka. Chief Minister Bombay says Gandhi Sayan doing Bharat Todo. More details up next.
You are watching India Today.
खेल पत्रकारिता में करियर बनाने का सुनहरा मौका। ज्वाइन करें इंडिया टुडे मीडिया इंस्टीट्यूट।
रजिस्टर करने के लिए www.indiatodaymediainstitute.in पर विजिट करें।
मंत्रिमंडल ने 1 जुलाई 2022 से देय केंद्र सरकार के कर्मचारियों और पेंशन भोगियों को 4% की दर से महंगाई भत्ते और महंगाई राहत की अतिरिक्त किश्त जारी करने की मंजूरी दी है। सालाना 12,852 करोड़ रुपए का बोझ सरकारी खजाने पर पड़ेगा और 8 महीने के लिए, जो अभी हम जुलाई 2022 से फरवरी 2023 तक देखें तो 8,568 करोड़ रुपए का बोझ वित्तीय वर्ष 2022-23 में पड़ेगा। लेकिन इससे लाखों ऐसे सरकारी कर्मचारी और जो पेंशन धारक हैं उनको लाभ मिलेगा।
For the first time, humanity has demonstrated the ability to autonomously target and alter the orbit of a celestial object. The impact of DART into the asteroid Dimorphos was confirmed at 7:14 p.m. Eastern Time when the DART Mission Operations Center here at APL lost signal with the spacecraft. Now, normally, losing signal from a spacecraft is a very bad thing, but in this case, it was the ideal outcome.
So we're going to be seeing that data come down soon in the next couple of days, and then over the next 2 months we're going to see more information from the investigation team on what period change did we actually make, because that's our number 2 goal. Number 1 was hit the asteroid, which we've done, but now number 2 is really measure that period change and characterize how much ejecta we actually put out.
Karishma, this clearly adds to the fiscal burden. How do you see the government's expenditure position currently in comparison to what was estimated in the budget early this year?
Well, absolutely right. The Union Cabinet today extended the Anna Yojana scheme by another 3 months. The scheme, which was introduced during the pandemic, was extended by 6 months until September 30 and now will be under implementation until December 2022. This has gone through various extensions, to be honest. The whole motive of the scheme was to help people with the 5 kg food grains per person per month, which benefited more than 80 crore people in India to reduce the hardships that were faced by people. But Finance Ministry expressed displeasure in further extension of this scheme because of the kind of burden it would hold on their fiscal estimates. Already it is because of fertilizer subsidy, excise cuts on fuel, and first extension of Anna Yojana in this financial year. We are looking at an additional expenditure close to rupees 2.5 lakh crore. Anna Yojana costed government almost rupees 80,000 crore for the last 6 months, and in total, if you see, the whole scheme has costed an expenditure of close to rupees 3.5 lakh crore. Now, the next 3 months, that is the latest extension, the government will have to shell out close to rupees 44,000 crore. While of course clearly this is more than what government had estimated in its budget, but sources tell us that government is confident that they'll be able to balance it with revenues, and they're also confident that despite inflation, despite this additional expenditure that has come, they will not be going ahead with additional borrowing.
Everyone's busy finding what's trending. You're busy finding out why. India Today, for those who research before reacting. Download the India Today app now. Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices.
You are watching India Today.
All right, here's some big breaking news coming in. Jasprit Bumrah, who suffered a back injury and was rested versus South Africa, likely now to miss the World Cup as his back has sustained a fracture. Medical team conducted scans and have suggested no cricket for minimum of 6 months for him. Sources have said now Shami or Deepak Chahar will be making their way into the squad and this call will be taken by selecting committee. Big blow there coming for Team India right ahead of the World Cup, as we see that Bumrah now out of the T20 World Series. Jasprit Bumrah, who suffered a back injury, was rested. He's likely to miss the World Cup now as his back has sustained a fracture. Medical team has conducted scans and have suggested no cricket for a minimum of 6 months for Jasprit Bumrah. In fact, sources have said how now likely Shami or Deepak Chahar will be making their way into the squad. And this will be, a decision on this will be taken by the selection committee. Nikhil Naz joining us live for a little more on that. Nikhil, very tragic. Jasprit Bumrah, one of the finest players for Team India, is now going to be rested for the next 6 months. He will not be participating in the World Cup. How does that affect Team India's prospects?
Well, Nabila, it's a major blow because Jasprit Bumrah is not just the #1 bowler that the Indian team has. In fact, if you were to take a look at world cricket, he'd be probably one of the #1 standout bowlers that you have, an impact performer and just ahead of the T20 World Cup. So that is going to be a big blow for the Indian team. However, the signs were already there. He had been rested just leading up to the T20 World Cup. He'd been out from active cricket for close to 2 months. At that time, speculations were rife that he might be nearing in on a stress fracture, and just to avoid that, that's why he's been rested. When he made a return to the Indian team and his name was announced in that series versus Australia, there were hopes that maybe he's getting back to full fitness and they might ease him into that Australia series, then followed by the South African series, and by the time the World Cup comes along, he'd be completely fit. However, he missed that first game versus Australia, but came on to play the next 2 games and then misses the first game versus South Africa. Now, questions would be asked of the BCCI medical team as to why was he then rushed into playing. Was those 2 games that he played versus the Australian team really responsible for aggravating that injury, or was the BCCI team just hoping against hope and wanted him to get some sort of game time before the T20 World Cup, or they wanted to test waters? Either way, now that the decision is out, he's unlikely to be available for the T20 World Cup. If you're looking at 6 months, then that actually goes past the T20 World Cup. You're looking at a few more crucial matches beyond that, but him being out, it's going to be a major blow, and the problem is made worse by the fact that the backup bowlers that you were looking at, you just mentioned Mohammad Shami's name or Deepak Chahar's name. Deepak Chahar has been along with the team, hasn't got too much game time. Mohammad Shami was expected to get some game time. He was down with COVID and didn't get to play either the Australia series or the South Africa series. Either way, whoever you go in with as a backup would never be close to Jasprit Bumrah, and even if you take that bowler, he's going to be very, very fresh and not really in the flow of things.
All right, thank you very much for joining us on that. Jasprit Bumrah has now been asked to rest for the next 6 months. Unfortunate for Team India, as he will be missing the World Cup. All right, shifting our focus here, a day before Rahul Gandhi's Bharat Jodo Yatra reaches Karnataka, we're looking at Rahul Gandhi's hoardings in Chamarajanagar being vandalized by miscreants. Over 40 hoardings of Rahul Gandhi that's been put across that entire district on that highway of Gundalpete has been torn apart late last night. Congress leaders now have alleged that BJP workers have torn these flexes of Rahul Gandhi and other Congress leaders that were put up on these highways passing through the Gundalpete highway. Bharat Jodo Yatra will be entering Karnataka on the 30th of September at Gundalpete in Chamarajpete district. And ahead of that, this kind of commotion, Congress says it's nothing but BJP fearing that their yatra is receiving traction.
ಬಿಜೆಪಿಯವರು ಅವರು ಪಾಪ ನಮ್ಮ ಬ್ಯಾನರ್ನ ಹರಿದಾಕಿ ಕೆಲವೆಲ್ಲ ಸುಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾವೇನು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಹೆದರುವುದಿಲ್ಲ, ಇಂಥವನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಬೇಕಾದಷ್ಟು ಎದುರಿಸಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಬಟ್ ಒಂದು ತಿಳ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, ಏನು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಅಭಿಯಾನ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಏನು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಮಾಡಲಿ, ಅವರು ಈ ರಾಜ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಜಕಾರಣ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಏನು ನಮಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ನಮಗೂ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾರ್ಯಕರ್ತರಿಗೂ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಇದೆ. ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಅವರು ಕ್ರಮ ಕೈಗೊಳ್ಳಬೇಕು, ಅವ್ರು ಕ್ರಮ ಕೈಗೊಳ್ಳದೇ ಇರಲಿ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮಿಕ್ಕಿದ ವಿಚಾರ
ಬಿಡಲಿ. ಮೊದಲನೇದಾಗಿ ಯಾರೇ ಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಸ್ ಹಾಕಲಿ ಪರ್ಮಿಷನ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಹಾಕಬೇಕು. ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ರು ತೊಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೋ ಇಲ್ಲೋ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಎರಡನೇದಾಗಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ರಾಜಕೀಯ ಪಕ್ಷ ಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಸ್ ಹರಿಯುವಂಥದ್ದು ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಜನರಿಗೂ ಎಲ್ಲ ವಿಚಾರಗಳು ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. ಯಾರು ಭಾರತ್ ಜೋಡೋ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಯಾರು ಭಾರತ್ ತೋಡೋ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ವಿಚಾರಗಳು ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. ಹೀಗಾಗಿ ಅದರ ಯಾವುದೂ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ನನ್ನ ಭಾವನೆ.
BK Hariprasad, it's a political stunt ಮತ್ತು election gimmick and PFI banning.
I mean, what is it that they have found new? This thing has been going on for a couple of years now. So it is quite natural that the timing is suspect. And this is all being done to intimidate us to go easy on the Bharat Jodo Yatra.
All right, as we see, days after DK Shivkumar was grilled by the enforcement director in the national capital in connection to the PMLA case, Congress Karnataka chief DK Shivkumar has now alleged that the CBI officials have raided his residence today. And while he spoke exclusively to India Today, the Congress top man has said the probe agency carried out inspection at various properties. Meanwhile, his party colleague BK Hariprasad has linked the CBI searches to Bharat Jodo Yatra, accusing the BJP of targeting the Congress leaders due to rousing reception for Rahul's rally.
I mean, what is it that they have found new? This thing has been going on for a couple of years now. So it is quite natural that the timing is suspect. And this is all being done to intimidate us go easy on the Bharat Jodo Yatra.
All right, cutting across to some more big news coming in. The Supreme Court's landmark judgment on termination of pregnancy. The Supreme Court, basically abortion law, Supreme Court has stated that there is no reason to restrict the provision of abortion only to married women. In fact, abortion has now been allowed until 24 weeks of pregnancy, and no distinction will be made between married or unmarried women. But importantly, the Supreme Court also says that rape will also be included as marital rape. It will be included in if at all there is rape that happens in marriage, it will be considered as marital rape. Supreme Court has now granted interim relief to the 25-year-old petitioner who was unmarried and was denied permission by the Delhi High Court to terminate her 24-week pregnancy, subject to an AIIMS medical concluding that fetus can be aborted without the risk to the life of a woman.
Today is the special day because today is International Safe Abortion Day, and the passing of this judgment on this day in itself is a remarkable and historical in itself, not only for India but for the rest of the world also. Now the discrimination that has been eliminated by the Honorable Supreme Court today, the violation which was prevailing between married and unmarried of Article 14, Article 21, it is eliminated now completely.
One step ahead given the fact that marital rape is now being considered by the Supreme Court. So we now know what is going to come out from the judges. So I'm sure they are going to criminalize marital rape, but it's not for me to say that. But I strongly feel that yes, it is a wonderful judgment, and their lordships have not only gone into unmarried or married women, they have gone into the violence being inflicted by the men on the mental thing. You know, you cannot force it, whether it's force, coercion, pestering, whatever it is. A woman has the right. She has a complete autonomy and independence over her body.
From an abusive marriage, a woman may not want to bear a child, and it is for her to decide if she wants to continue with this pregnancy or not. So for women especially, I mean, the most notable part of this judgment today is that this is entirely right-based. They've given you a rights perspective rather than administrative or a medical perspective.
Thanks now to the SC, and yes, the government must put into place all the administrative structures that are required for the execution of this particular verdict.
सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने एक बहुत ही अच्छा निर्णय दिया है, बहुत प्रोग्रेसिव निर्णय दिया है कि कोई भी महिला अगर वो अपना अबॉर्शन करवाना चाहे तो वो करवा सकती है। मैं ये मानती हूँ कि ये बहुत ही ज़्यादा प्रोग्रेसिव निर्णय है और दिल्ली महिला आयोग इसका पूरी तरीके से स्वागत करता है। अभी कुछ समय पहले ही हमने देखा था कि कैसे यूएस की सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने ये कहा था कि महिलाओं को अबॉर्शन की कोई आज़ादी नहीं है। तो इस परिप्रेक्ष्य में अगर देखा जाए तो हमारे देश के सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने एक बहुत अच्छा, बहुत प्रोग्रेसिव निर्णय लिया है।
The 5 major takeaways from the judgment will be: first, it actually recognizes the reproductive rights of the women. Second, it has broken the ceiling between married and unmarried women. Thirdly, it certainly talks about the problems that women had to face in the where the concept of marital rape comes. So what about those women and those sufferings that women go through? Then it also talks about the consent of the women in terminating the pregnancy where they have a consensual relationship. So before the marriage, then the idea of live-in relationship it talks about. And lastly, this judgment considers the aspect of the women with respect to Article 14 and says that the reproductive right, it should be acknowledged and it should be accepted under Article 14 of the Constitution, which talks about right to equality.
So this is a very big first step towards marital rape, making it legal, So we are happy that at least Supreme Court could acknowledge that there is a problem existing, and even if, they were not very much keen to make marital rape legal, but at least they have taken this step where the women can choose to keep the child or to abort the child with her wish in case there is a marital rape happening. So I think it's a very big step. It is a history now in making, and I'm pretty sure that in future they will acknowledge the fact of marital rape also.
All right, here's some big news coming in. The Ministry of Home Affairs has now increased Ambani's security. Z plus security given by the Ministry of Home Affairs to Mukesh Ambani. Increased security based on Intelligence Bureau reports, threat perception that prevails on the Ambanis. This is an intel report that suggests that there is high threat for Mukesh Ambani. Therefore, Z plus category security has been issued to Mukesh Ambani. Ministry of Home Affairs increases Ambani security. Z plus security given by the Ministry of Home Affairs to Mukesh Ambani. All right, coming up on the other side of a short break, Hurricane Ian, one of the most powerful storms ever recorded in the United States, lashed at Florida coast on Wednesday. We bring to you more details on the other side of the short break. Stay with us.
You are watching India Today.
The government has extended its flagship Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana by another 3 months until the end of the year. The extension coincides with Gujarat Assembly elections and is expected to cost the central government an extra 44,000 crore rupees and would further dip into food stocks.
For 800 million poor spread across India, this festive season promises some relief. In a big move, the central government has extended the Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana for a 7th time till 31st of December. The scheme, launched in March 2020 to help the poor tide over the COVID lockdowns, provides 5 kg of food grains per person every month, free to beneficiaries over and above the normal quota provided under the National Food Security Act at a highly subsidized rate of Rs 2 to 3 per kg. The scheme, originally intended for just 3 months, has already been extended 6 times. Around 3.45 lakh crore rupees has so far been spent on feeding the poor. The fresh 7th extension is expected to cost the exchequer another 44,762 crore rupees.
प्रधानमंत्री गरीब कल्याण अन्न योजना को अगले 3 महीने के लिए मंजूरी दी है, उसके विस्तार के लिए मंजूरी दी है। 80 करोड़ से ज़्यादा लोगों को इसका लाभ मिलता है।
Concerns have also been raised over the depleting levels of food stocks in the country and how the extension of the Anna Yojana will further strain the situation. The central procurement of wheat this year plunged to just 18.7 million tons from 43.3 million tons last year. The current wheat stocks in the country are at a 14-year low of 25 million tons. Rice stocks are also at a low of 24.6 million tons. Against this monthly offtake of this scheme is around 700,000 tons of wheat and 3.3 million tons of rice. This does not include the offtake under the older ration scheme, under which 20 lakh tons of wheat are distributed every month. There is also concern that rice procurement, which begins next month, may fall short of targets, affecting the overall food security of India.
La main des aides-soignants. Pourquoi ? Parce que les aides-soignants aujourd'hui, ils sont globalement sous l'eau. Ils ne peuvent plus faire leur métier qui est de soigner. Et donc nous, Emobots, on leur fournit cette information de l'état émotionnel. Ils vont pouvoir mieux comprendre l'évolution de l'émotion de leurs résidents, de leurs patients. Et derrière, on sera aussi capable d'objectiver. C'est-à-dire qu'aujourd'hui, quand on fait un test pour la dépression, c'est un test normé, ponctuel, où on demande à la personne de verbaliser les informations. Et donc ça pose plein de problèmes, et notamment de difficultés pour les personnes qui ne peuvent pas verbaliser.
Watching India Today.
All right, Hurricane Ian has lashed the United States Florida coast on Wednesday, unleashing torrential rains and howling winds. Visuals from the hurricane, which is now one of the most powerful storms ever recorded in the United States, have shown reporters being blown away by those gusty winds and sharks occupying the city streets there after they were washed ashore. The Category 4 storm slammed Florida coast, leaving more than 1.8 million people in Florida without electricity. As the storm triggered massive floods everywhere in Florida, United States government has sent 300 ambulances with medical teams and was ready to provide 3.7 million meals, 3.5 million litres of water once the storm passes.
RV might be okay.
All right, here's a quick roundup of the top international stories. Iran has attacked an Iranian Kurdish opposition group in the Kurdish region of northern Iraq. At least 9 people have been killed, several injured. The attacks have come after protests have rocked Iran for the last 11 days. At least 6 people were injured in shooting at a Northern California school campus. The shooting happened on a street where there were multiple schools and houses aligned. 15 people are missing, 3 dead, 14 injured after a bridge collapsed in the northern Brazilian state of Amazonas. The bridge had a crack, had caused a traffic jam before the collapse. The United States will not recognize Russian-annexed areas across Ukraine amid what the White House on Wednesday called as illegal and illegitimate referendums that were manipulated by Moscow and would be challenged internationally. The United States will provide an additional $1.1 billion in aid to Ukraine with funding for about 18 more advanced rocket systems and other weapons to counter drones that Russia has been using against Ukrainian troops. All right, for all that and more, you could log on to indiatoday.in. You could also download our app for more. Stay tuned. News and updates coming up next.
You are watching India Today.
Tell us about the car. Do you think this is the right time to bring a Tata Tiago EV? You have already sold 425,000 vehicles in the ICE segment. Now this EV is here. Do you think that strategic timing has matched your expectations?
See, for quite some time we have been saying that we have the aspiration of bringing 10 products in the next 5 years. This is the 4th nameplate. We had a Nexon EV, we had a Tigor EV, we had a fleet segment product which was Express T, and we have this 4th product which is coming. We had also said that out of these 10 products will be a different affordability point with more range options and more importantly different body styles, because consumers in India have very nuanced tastes and very different tastes, and their preferences for body style is quite different. So we wanted to have all these representative body style already covered. So we had first come with an Nexon EV which was an SUV, then we came with a sedan, and now we have launched a hatch. This hatch is the most accessible vehicle, at the same time ensuring that the premium quotient of electric vehicle and the aspiration that is now around electric vehicle is done full justice. That's why we have come with very premium features which are not seen in hatches like telematics and automatic climate control. Many features have been given. So I think this is going to really disrupt the market because this matches the need of the electric vehicle customers. At the same time, it comes at a price which is pretty close to what you would get in this segment in an ICE world also for an automatic car. So I think this is going to really take the benefit of, as you rightly said, the ICE which is already successful, the Tiago ICE, because of its stylish design, best-in-class safety, very agile driving experience. It will build on that. It will take it to the next level. I think it will add to the volumes of Tiago, which is already strong.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices.
You are watching India Today.
Well, welcome viewers. You're watching the latest on India Today. I'm Preeti Chaudhary. Just a short while ago, Ashok Gehlot has come out ruling himself out of the presidential race. What does that mean to the Congress conundrum of who will be the next president of the party and what happens to the Rajasthan Chief Minister's chair? Also, what about Sachin Pilot? All those questions answered right here. First up, the headlines. Ashok Gehlot pulls out of the Congress president race, apologizes to Sonia over rebellion by his loyalist MLAs, says Congress chief to decide if he remains Rajasthan chief minister. A day before Congress Bharat Jodo Yatra enters Karnataka, Rahul Gandhi posters and hoardings torn in Chamarajanagar. Chief Minister Bommai says Gandhi's scion doing Bharat Todo. This is a big India Today impact. Nitish Kumar takes note of Bihar IAS officer who asked, "Ab kya condom mangoge?" to girl students seeking affordable sanitary napkins. Bihar Chief Minister assures action on the IAS officer. Shocking Garba jihad from Ahmedabad. Bajrang Dal members thrash Muslim youth for attending Garba event. Allege he was there to lure Hindu women. It is a big setback to Team India's World Cup squad. Jasprit Bumrah sustains back injuries, advised a 6-month break from cricket. Because it's a huge mega twist in the race for the top Congress job. After a meeting with Sonia Gandhi, Rajasthan Chief Minister a short while ago came back. Once considered the top contender for the post, the most trusted lieutenant of Sonia Gandhi has now opted out of the race. The question, has he been made to opt out because of what went down in Rajasthan over the last 4 days, or he did it of his own volition? Gehlot states that he will no longer contest for the Congress presidential polls, and the decision on whether he will remain the Rajasthan Chief Minister after the rebellion led by his MLAs will remain with Sonia Gandhi. Now, with Gandhi dropping out of the race, Congress MP Shashi Tharoor and senior Congress leader Digvijaya Singh are now front runners for the top post.
मैंने उनसे मिला, कोची में जाकर के रिक्वेस्ट की कि आप अध्यक्ष का चुनाव लड़ें। आखिर में उन्होंने अस्वीकार कर दिया। मैं मेरी बात को कायम हूँ, मैं इलेक्शन लड़ूंगा नहीं। तो मैंने कहा भाई, जो सबकी भावना है कार्यकर्ताओं की, नेताओं की, तो मैं फिर चुनाव लड़ूंगा, ये मैंने कहा था। सुनिए आप, पर अब क्योंकि कल परसों की वो घटना हुई है और मेरी मॉरल रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी थी कि वो प्रचार पार्क होता, तो मैंने तय किया है अब मैं इस माहौल के अंदर चुनाव नहीं लड़ूंगा। ये मेरा फैसला है। ये फैसला मैं नहीं करूंगा, ये फैसला सोनिया गांधी जी करेगी, कांग्रेस अध्यक्ष करेगी। जो घटना हुई परसों के रोज 2 दिन पहले, वो घटना इतना हिला के रख दिया हम सबको। मुझे जो दुख है वो मैं जान सकता हूँ, क्योंकि पूरे देश में मैसेज चला गया जैसे मैं मुख्यमंत्री बना जाना चाहता हूँ, इसलिए सब कुछ हो रहा है। मैंने सोनिया जी से भी सॉरी फील किया है, माफी मांगी है, क्योंकि एक सिंपल प्रस्ताव जो होता है एक लाइन का, वो परंपरा हमारी है कि एक लाइन का प्रस्ताव तो हम करते ही करते हैं, हर मीटिंग के अंदर करते हैं, चाहे चुनाव हो, चाहे मुख्यमंत्री के बारे में कोई फैसला करना हो। एक फैसला करते वक्त में एक लाइन का प्रस्ताव करने का हमारे यहाँ हमेशा से ही कायदा रहा, आप सबको मालूम है, आप सबको मालूम है। दुर्भाग्य से उस वक्त ऐसी स्थिति बन गई, वो प्रस्ताव पास नहीं हो पाया।
My colleague Jai Kishan Sharma, who's joining us live from Jaipur. Jai Kishan, how is it being taken by especially the loyalists of the Gehlot camp? Because all of them, till about yesterday, were confident that Mr. Gehlot will fight the nominations for president.
See, Preeti, this has come as a big setback for all the Gehlot camp loyalists. We were talking to one of the Gehlot camp MLAs just few minutes ago. They were not saying anything on record, but off the record they said that they were sure that Ashok Gehlot will contest elections of national president, but it is a major blow to the Gehlot camp MLAs, Gehlot faction MLAs, but still the Gehlot supporters are confident of the fact that he will continue to serve Rajasthan as the chief minister. They are sure that he will not be removed, he will not be sacked from the post of chief minister in Rajasthan. Today, Govindra Meghwal, cabinet minister in Rajasthan government, had made it very clear. Yesterday, Prasadilal Meena also made it very clear that it's better to go for midterm elections rather than to vote for anybody who sat with BJP in 2020. They say that they are ready for midterm elections, but they will not vote. They are not ready to accept anybody from that camp who went to Manesar in June 2020. On the other hand, Ved Pratap Solanki called the ADs and close persons of Ashok Gehlot as the listener. He used word like dalal. So basically a war of words has broken out in Rajasthan. The Gehlot camp MLAs are taken back by this move that he will not contest the national election post, but they are confident that he will continue to serve as chief minister, and this is what they wanted, and this is what also Mr. Ashok Gehlot wanted. Preeti.
Well, a setback of sorts, but Jai Kishan, now what? What about all those MLAs who are the fence-sitters? Which side of the divide will they join?
See, Preeti, they are clear on their stand that they will continue to support Ashok Gehlot. They want to see Ashok Gehlot as the chief minister of Rajasthan. Today, Govindra Meghwal, cabinet minister, said that only Ashok Gehlot can bring a majority and they can repeat the Congress government. Ashok Gehlot government schemes are very popular, especially in the rural pocket, which comprises 70% of the total voters of Rajasthan. So they are confident that it's only Ashok Gehlot which can repeat the Congress government state. They were very clear. Today they showed a video where Ved Pratap Solanki, who is a Sachin Pilot faction MLA, sitting with this BJP chief Satish Punia. So they have launched a scathing attack. They have made serious allegation against Ajay Makhan too. They have leveled serious allegation against Sachin Pilot and his MLAs. In a press conference today around 1 PM, they showed a video where Ved Pratap Solanki met Satish Punia last year, and they made the video public. They said that they had submitted a report to Ajay Makhan last year on 7th September 2021, but still no action was taken against them. They raised the question. Right. They said that they want to spread their voices in front of the high command of the Congress.
All right, Jai Kishan, appreciate you joining us. We're going to continue to get back to you for more updates. Meanwhile, what about the question, viewers, who will be the next president of the Congress party? Digvijaya Singh's entry is a surprise move. Last week, when India Today spoke to the Congress MP, he had downplayed the reports of him contesting the elections. But a lot has changed in the last 1 week.
At a time when the Congress most would have thought would put all its energies into the Bharat Jodo Yatra, guess what? The buzz is Kaun Banega Congress President, and even your name is being now mentioned as a potential Congress President nominee. Are you going to contest in the first instance?
First of all, it doesn't have any impact on the Bharat Jodo Yatra. Bharat Jodo Yatra is carrying on and with huge response each day. Yesterday in Kochi, it was more than 60,000-70,000 people who were walking and who attended the public meeting. So it doesn't have any impact as such. As such, the election of the President AICC is concerned, the notification has been issued and the forms are to be filed between 24th to 30th of September. So that's it.
No, but are you in the race? Because there was talk that you've flown into Delhi, you will be meeting Sonia Gandhi, that you've said, why can't I also be in the race? Why only Gehlot or Tharoor?
No. It was more of a spin than the facts. I had no appointment with Congress President Sonia Gandhi ji, and I have not sought any appointment with her because there is no issue which I want to discuss with her at the moment.
Meanwhile, a day before Rahul's Bharat Jodo Yatra enters Karnataka, Rahul Gandhi hoardings in Chamarajnagar vandalized by miscreants. Over 40 hoardings of Rahul Gandhi put up across the district were torn late at night. Congress leaders allege that BJP workers tore the flexes of Rahul Gandhi and other Congress leaders. Now, Bharat Jodo Yatra will enter Karnataka on the 30th of September at Gundlupet in Chamarajnagar district.
ಬಿಜೆಪಿಯವರು ಅವರು ಪಾಪ ನಮ್ಮ ಬ್ಯಾನರ್ನ ಹರಿದಾಕಿ ಕೆಲವೆಲ್ಲ ಸುಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾವೇನು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಹೆದರುವುದಿಲ್ಲ, ಇಂಥವನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಬೇಕಾದಷ್ಟು ಎದುರಿಸಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಬಟ್ ಒಂದು ತಿಳ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, ಏನು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಅಭಿಯಾನ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಏನು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಮಾಡಲಿ, ಅವರು ಈ ರಾಜ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಜಕಾರಣ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಏನು ನಮಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ನಮಗೂ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾರ್ಯಕರ್ತರಿಗೂ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಇದೆ. ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಅವರು ಕ್ರಮ ಕೈಗೊಳ್ಳಬೇಕು, ಅವ್ರು ಕ್ರಮ ಕೈಗೊಳ್ಳದೇ ಇರಲಿ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮಿಕ್ಕಿದ ವಿಚಾರ.
ಮೊದಲನೇದಾಗಿ ಯಾರೇ ಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಸ್ ಹಾಕಲಿ ಪರ್ಮಿಷನ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಹಾಕಬೇಕು. ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ರು ತೊಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಇಲ್ಲೋ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಎರಡನೇದಾಗಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ರಾಜಕೀಯ ಪಕ್ಷ ಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಸ್ ಹರಿಯುವಂಥದ್ದು ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಜನರಿಗೂ ಎಲ್ಲ ವಿಚಾರಗಳು ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. ಯಾರು ಭಾರತ್ ಜೋಡೋ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಯಾರು ಭಾರತ್ ತೋಡೋ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ವಿಚಾರಗಳು ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. ಹೀಗಾಗಿ ಅದರ ಯಾವುದೂ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ನನ್ನ ಭಾವನೆ.
BK Hariprasad says it's a political stunt ಮತ್ತು election gimmick and PFI banning.
I mean, what is it that they have found new? This thing has been going on for a couple of years now. So it is quite natural that the timing is suspect. And this is all being done to intimidate us to go easy on the Bharat Jodo Yatra.
Meanwhile, days after he was grilled by the Enforcement Directorate in the capital in connection to the PMLA case, Congress Karnataka chief D.K. Shivakumar has alleged CBI officials raided his residence today. Speaking exclusively to India Today, Congress's top man in the South state said the probe agency carried out inspection at his properties. Meanwhile, his party colleague B.K. Hari Prasad linked the CBI searches to the Bharat Jodo Yatra, accusing the BJP of targeting Congress leaders due to the rousing reception of Rahul's rally.
I had personally requested should just give me time. Our elections and all these programs are over. But in the meantime, yesterday they had with the officials, they have come and visited all my properties in my village. They have gone to the place where my mother stay and all my houses. I don't know, but ultimately my staff members and my local leaders informed me that they had come, they visited, and they had a look at everything. They just wanted some document with the officials and they are gone. They had FIR was been filed some 2 years back on a separate case. 2 years, 3 years are gone. Raid has happened already 6, 7 years, 5 years back. After that, I don't know why they are just they are done. They are finished long back itself. Then I came and I requested them, yes, you please give us some time. Already from last 2 years, you are just sleeping on it. Now why are you just starting it now? I am too busy with other political work and my constitution.
Shifting focus, the political slugfest between the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP continues in the national capital. BJP General Secretary for Delhi, Kuljit Singh Chahal, surrounded Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal by questions regarding the RTI filed of the education system, after which the CM was seen getting up. Kuljit Singh, who is a member of NDMC, questioned the Chief Minister regarding the education model. Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal got up and left the meeting. Meanwhile, releasing a video of the meeting on social media, BJP launched an attack on the CM. The BJP leader filed an RTI regarding the status of Delhi Corporation schools, to which he asked the CM why no meeting was held with the teachers. He questioned the CM over the development in schools.
आरटीआई बताती है कि अरविंद केजरीवाल जी मुख्यमंत्री दिल्ली के नगर पालिका परिषद के स्कूलों में कोई भी दौरा नहीं किया और उसको लेकर फंड नहीं लगाया। ये मैंने ये आरटीआई बता रही है। वो आरटीआई बताती है कि वहां के स्टाफ के अपग्रेडेशन के लिए आप एजुकेशन मॉडल की बात करते हैं, गुजरात में जाके पढ़ने का फंड। एक मिनट पूरा सुन लो। आप में अपनी बात सुनने की हिम्मत नहीं है क्या अरविंद केजरीवाल जी? एक भोग को साथ बिठा कर रखते हैं, इतने डरते हैं क्या? ये आरटीआई महज कागज नहीं, ये आपकी कारगुजारी का चिट्ठा है। ये बताती है आपका मॉडल आपकी विधानसभा में फेल है। दूसरा, ये आरटीआई बताती है कि यहाँ के स्टूडेंट्स के लिए आरटीआई है, यहाँ के स्टूडेंट्स के लिए अपग्रेडेशन के लिए अरविंद केजरीवाल जी ने पिछले 7 सालों में कुछ भी नहीं किया। एनडीएमसी के बच्चों का विकास नहीं होगा। आपके विधायक कहते हैं कि मुद्दा नहीं है। एनडीएमसी में अरविंद केजरीवाल जी प्रवास मूवमेंट नहीं करेंगे। आपके विधायक कहते हैं मुद्दा नहीं है। आप मान लीजिए कि एनडीएमसी के डेवलपमेंट में, आपके विधानसभा के डेवलपमेंट में अरविंद केजरीवाल फेल है, 0 है, और अगर आपका मुद्दा नहीं है तो हम मान लेंगे।
एक नई फिल्म हमें देखने को मिली है, भाग केजरीवाल भाग, और वो भी तब भाग जब वो जनता के सवाल उनके ऊपर उनसे पूछे जा रहे थे। जब समस्याएं आई तो आपने उनको पीठ दिखाई, यानी भाग गए। उनके कल्याण के लिए करना तो दूर, उनकी बात को सुनना भी वो पसंद नहीं करते हैं। आज दिल्ली की जनता ने ये पहचान लिया है केजरीवाल जी कि आप सिर्फ जनता के सामने प्रचार और प्रचार उसी में मस्त रहते हैं। अपनी फोटो दिखाओ और प्रचार करो, यही एकमात्र एजेंडा केजरीवाल जी आपका है।
विजय नायर, समीर महेंद्रू की अरेस्ट के बाद जो तथ्य सामने आए, जो हम पहले दिन से कह रहे थे, आज वो सारी बातें सीबीआई और ईडी भी मान रही है। अभी तो 2 अरेस्ट हुई हैं, वो आने वाले दिनों में ये नरेंद्र सिंह जैसे लोग, कमिश्नर जो हैं, और मनीष सिसोदिया, सब लोगों को जो दिल्ली में उन्होंने करोड़ों रुपया लूटा, उसका हिसाब देना होगा।
प्रधानमंत्री जी से अगर पूछा जाए कि दिल्ली सरकार के स्कूलों में प्रधानमंत्री जी ने कितना फंड दिया है और उनसे बदतमीजी की जाए तो हर टीवी चैनल पे चलेगा कि प्रधानमंत्री जी से बदतमीजी की, और हमें इससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता कि प्रधानमंत्री जी दिल्ली के स्कूलों में कितना पैसा दे रहे हैं। केंद्र सरकार के स्कूलों में पैसे के लिए आप मुख्यमंत्री से पूछ रहे हैं, ये बहुत ही अजीब बात है। मुझे लगता है कि मर्यादा जो है वो हरेक को उसका पालन करना चाहिए। आप अगर इज्जत चाहते हैं तो इज्जत करना भी सीखनी चाहिए।
The latest viewers, Vijay Nair, who's the AAP's communication head, has been sent to 5-day CBI custody, while Manish Sisodia's close aide Sanjay Mahindru has been sent to the ED custody till October 6th. AAP has claimed political vendetta. The probing agencies have levelled serious charges.
Two big arrests in 2 days. The Delhi liquor gate scandal has blown wide open. While the Aam Aadmi Party's communications in charge, Vijay Nair, is in 5-day custody of the CBI, Sameer Mahindru, a close of Deputy Chief Minister Sisodia, has been sent to ED custody till 6th of October. As Aam Aadmi Party top leadership claims political vendetta, the investigating agencies have levelled some serious charges. The CBI alleges that Vijay Nair was involved in formulating the 2021 and 22 Delhi excise policy. The agency further claims that Nair also arranged meetings between liquor manufacturers and distributors at hotels in Hyderabad, Mumbai and Delhi. The CBI says Nair also arranged illegal money through Hawala operators. This was done for arranging 6% commission out of 12% profits from wholesale distributors of major brands of liquor in Delhi. The charge is that this 6% commission was alleged for other co-accused in the case, Manish Sisodia and 3 other officials in the excise department. India Today has also accessed details of the Enforcement Directorate probe against Sameer Mahindru, an alleged associate of Manish Sisodia and owner of Indo Spirits. The ED says that Mahindru earned 50 crores in 9 months under the Delhi government's new excise policy. The amount is alleged to be proceeds of crime. It has been alleged that Mahindru was one of the major beneficiaries of violations in the liquor policy. He was not only running a manufacturing unit for a wine cooler called Bro Code and a Japanese whiskey called Enso under Indo Spirit, but he was also given a wholesale L1 license and some retail L7 licenses in the name of his relatives. The ED now wants to confront Sameer Mahindru with the seized evidences in the case. With Munish Pandey, New Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.
A quick break. When we return on the other side, Nitish Kumar takes note of Bihar IAS officer who asked, "Ab kya condom mangoge?" That's more coming up on the other side.
You are watching India Today.
My headmistress said that, I remember her name Mrs. Fernandez, she said, "Alia, come in the front, everybody will sing like Alia." So now Alia sing. And I started singing and I remember loving the fact that everybody was looking at me. I remember just like, wow, they are looking at me. Like there's no other this attention is only for me right now. And that was it. After that it was only all about the attention and how people looked at me and how good and great I was.
She came to a photo shoot of mine, which my friend Sumit Chopra was shooting me with her little water bottle and a little change of costume in her little bag with her nanny at that time, Sharda, and patiently sat around and took pictures like a pro.
Well, India's most affordable electric vehicle car has officially been launched by Tata Motors, and I'm right now standing with that vehicle. Tata Tiago EV has been launched officially. Let me just quickly give you a sneak peek inside the vehicle. The vehicle comes with a whole lot of features that you would probably find in an expensive electric vehicle, but yes, Tata Motors has kept in mind about the affordability factor for a common man. Launched at 8.49 lakhs, the price is reserved for about 10,000 first customers, about 4.25 lakh vehicles already sold. Let me just give you a quick look about how the vehicle looks at behind. This Tiago EV badging has been very aggressively put out to ensure the vehicle looks very attractive. About 0 to 60 in 5.7 seconds, 315 kilometer range in the higher battery of 24 kWh, and the 19 kVh would offer a range of about 250 kilometers, and about 8 year 1,60,000 kilometer warranty given on the battery and the motor, and you would eventually save up about 90 to 95% of the cost if you would particularly drive this vehicle. So clearly an in-depth review will be given later on when we get to drive this car, but the first looks of it, the Tata Tiago EV would definitely be a hot seller for Tata Motors.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices.
You are watching India Today.
All right, viewers, the latest news break that is coming in right now. Nitish Kumar has said that he is monitoring the situation and will take action if any wrongdoing. This is regarding the IAS officer who had in fact turned around and in the most belligerent, shocking manner told young girls who were seeking access to better and safer sanitary pads. She said, कि अब क्या तुम condom मांगोगे? To which the Bihar Chief Minister has stepped in and says, will take action if the officer is found guilty. Viewers, there is clearly a video documented which suggests the appalling thing that this IAS officer said.
उन लोगों के लिए तो हम मदद कर ही रहे हैं, महिलाओं के लिए, और मालूम नहीं है, हम लोग भी कई बार जाते रहे, देखते रहे, इसलिए हमको भी अभी यहाँ आ रहे थे, उसी समय मिला, हमने तत्काल एक एक चीज को देख रहे हैं, अगर जरा भी होगा एक्शन लिया जाएगा, चिंता मत करिए.
All of this at the back of outrage after top Bihar woman official taunted young girls seeking cheap sanitary pads. The NCW has also taken cognizance of the matter, and Harjot Kaur had said, "Ab kya condom mangoge?" when she was asked if these girls could access cheaper yet safer sanitary napkins. The Commission has also sought a written explanation. The reply must be communicated within 7 days. Leaders across the party lines have condemned the issue. In the video that has gone viral, Harjot Kaur can be seen replying to the students that there any end to their demands. Kaur's shameful tirade did not end there. She went on to say, tomorrow you'll even ask the government to give you jeans, beautiful shoes. In the end, when it comes to family planning, you'll want free condoms too. Soon after the storm, Harjot Kaur issued a clarification stating it's an attempt to malign her reputation.
30 रुपया का ये बिस्कुट ही दे सकते हैं.
अच्छा, ये जो तालियां भी बजा रहे हैं, इस मांग का कोई अंत है? 20 और 30 रुपए का विस्पर भी दे सकते हैं, कल को जीन पैंट भी दे सकते हैं, परसों को सुंदर जूते क्यों नहीं दे सकते हैं, नर्सों को वो नहीं कर सकते, और अंत में जब परिवार नियोजन की बात आएगी तो निरोध भी मुफ्त में ही देना पड़ेगा, है ना?
सबसे पहले तो उस आईएएस को अप्रिशिएट करना चाहिए था कि आप खुलकर इस बात को बोल रहे हो. मुझे लगता है कि आईएएस ने बहुत ही गैर जिम्मेदाराना और एक शर्मनाक तरीके का और एक हास्यास्पद जवाब दिया है जो नहीं होना चाहिए था। मुझे लगता है उनको स्क्रीन में सामने आके, वो भी एक महिला है, उनकी भी बच्ची होगी, उनको कहना चाहिए कि मुझसे गलती हो गई।
ये इतनी बेहूदी बात है जो उन्होंने कही, और अब वो कह रहे हैं कि मैंने कही नहीं, जबकि उसका पूरा वीडियो मौजूद है, सबको मालूम उन्होंने कहा। और वो एक बात नहीं कही, उन्होंने कई बातें की। और मुझे तो ये बहुत अच्छा लगा कि वो लड़की उनकी बात से दबी नहीं, वो अपनी बात को कहती रही और उनका जवाब देती रही। लेकिन उनकी बात इतनी संवेदनहीन थी और इतनी बेहूदी थी कि ऐसी जगह पर क्या ऐसे लोगों को होना चाहिए, ये बड़ा सवाल है।
It shows the myopic view of most women in India, yet we absolutely criticize such a careless, heartless, sarcastic comment. We demand that such words be taken back and that the state government take action against such a negligent, careless, sarcastic MD who represents the state government.
ऐसे पद पे पहुंचने के बाद में ऐसे बात करना और ऐसी भावनाएं भड़काना, मुझे लगता है कि ये कहीं संवेदनाहीनता है, उसमें कोई सोशल बात नहीं है। ये बहुत निंदनीय का।
She is an IAS officer, yet she is completely unaware of the reality of this country. Even today in this country, there are hundreds and thousands of girl students who drop out of schools because they do not have access to sanitary pads. The moment they start periods, many of them are forced to drop out of school. And this is the situation in this country. So why is it that free sanitary napkins cannot be provided? And why is it that this lady has